You know, once the murder was solved and Alonzo was dead, I genuinely thought I'd get a chance to take a break from the chaos. Salvage is making me soft. Out of the three of us, Luca is perhaps the only one having a dull couple days, though I hesitate to commit to that statement. When he's not lovingly crafting potions for Willow's next big gallivant into Pirate Town, he's disappearing into the night for mysterious training sessions with a local vampire. I still have no idea exactly what Luke is learning out there, but he has a new glow about him, a confidence that radiates from his posture alone. After everything that happened to him during the investigation, it's a relief to watch him rally. As for Willow, they're back at it. The chessboard is out, the inventions are numerous, and they're planning grand schemes that I can only begin to comprehend. It seems Meraldine is their next target of investigation, in no small part due to Warford's comment about her being a traitoress. They intend to sneak aboard the Silver Dancer and scrounge up answers. It's a gutsy approach, I'll give them that, but it's perfectly in line with Willow's skill set. I mean, think about it. They've broken into airships before, with such bizarre, backward success it earned them a job aboard that very ship. What they lack in charm, they make up for in ingenuity. They'll manage. And if they don't, well, assuming Meraldine doesn't make fish food out of them, there's always Brina's favor. Feels good to have strings to pull again. Doubt I need to worry that much, though Willow might as well be jingling with how hefty their tool belt has become. On this excursion, they take with them Luca's rudimentary map of the Silver Dancer, my own insights on her captain, and a whole host of homemade gadgets. Now, I can't give you an exhaustive list of what's packed in their arsenal, but I did sneak a peek at a few bits and bobs. For example, blueprints that vaguely resemble a crossbow. Not sure what the final product is capable of, but if anyone is going to invent a hand cannon, it'll be Willow. Meanwhile, I catch them grinding gold coins into dust and affixing their engine room with some arcane lock. It makes sense. They do have some sensitive equipment in there. Perhaps most importantly, their shoes. I discovered firsthand how quickly this new addition to their footwear allows them to zip around, so I can rest assured that if Willow needs to make a swift exit, they've got the means. But what about me? Sovereigns, what about me? Let's address the elephant in the room first. Yes, I know Jaylee has a crush on me. Correction, I know now. Which is an oversight so egregious it makes me doubt my entire history as a spy. Spend 2 seconds considering what the sequence of events has looked like from her perspective, and you'd see this coming. I strolled into her life like her detective in shining suit jacket, guarded her against undead and shady businessmen alike, showed my sensitive side, and even when the work was done, I'm still showing up to compliment her work. I'd swear I wasn't charming her on purpose, but that almost makes it worse. And you absolute dumbass. Forget Papa approving of Jaylee as a sweet and sensible friend. He's too busy laughing at you from beyond the grave. And believe it or not, that's the least shocking thing to happen to me this week. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you for expecting me to be a wreck. Trust me, I'm also surprised. I remember him. Thale. The stagehand persona I wore when I was kidnapped by the Snapdragons. What he's been up to for the last month. What I did to make it possible, behind my back, without my knowledge. I was angry at first, don't get me wrong, enraged at the breach of trust and the terrifying implications of the Eye's abilities, that it's able to wake up dormant parts of me and make them move, or encourage them to move themselves. And that's the difference, isn't it? It didn't force Thale to do anything. Quite the opposite. The Eye is the first being to ever grant Thale agency over his life. Even I could give that to him. So you have to understand, this wasn't just a matter of regaining memories, it was like regaining a part of myself. Not only did I remember what Thale did, I remembered how it felt to be him. The swell of joy when he danced under the stars, the strange peace after confessing his shame to Elsa, the courage to stare at insurmountable horrors, the gratitude towards the Eye for allowing him to do any of it. Can you believe I forgot that minor illusion had uses beyond last-ditch trickery? I buried more than my trauma when I locked him away. The point is, if he can face his fear of the Nothic, then I can do him the courtesy of facing my fear of him. To call the matter settled is an overstatement. I still tremble when I think too long about him. But the Eye and I have our pact, our mission. I Never was in the business of giving up on those close to me. So, thank you, I don't know who taught you this kind of benevolence, because it definitely couldn't have been me. Or maybe it was. And I don't just mean with Thale. Once the Eye and I were on speaking terms again, it slid one last gift across the table. A peace offering we've dubbed Farscribe. Imagine the message or sending spell. Now imagine it supersized. The thing is incredible. Unlike a spell or a stone, the number of times I can send and receive messages on this magical page is limitless. No matter where I am, no matter where they are. Imagine the possibilities. The only constraint is the number of names I can have written down at one time. But I'm known for being thrifty, so I'll manage. For now, I intend to keep Willow and Luca as the 2 signatures on my list. Who knows? I might need them when the 20th rolls around. Day of Kai's job interview at the last call. I know the place, shady bar where I met Vise, but my new client, that's still a mystery. But when I walk into this new job, no matter what dangers and mysteries it holds, when Luca trains with vampires, when Willow sneaks aboard sea dragon ships, one thing holds true. We won't be alone.
You like us. I say that to every recap in case you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Like
But it keeps being true.
One day it won't be.
Mm-hmm. One day you guys aren't gonna like me.
Oh my god, relax.
Probably.
Yeah. Keep dreaming.
Puts hands over your face.
Okay.
Licks your hand.
Oh my god.
I did a little roll in the background to determine a thing.
No.
Zeke's starting the session off fresh with some stabbing in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Tasty.
But we pick up on the outskirts of Regalport, watching as Willow Jenkins and Varys Greenleaf recoup from their little spar, which ended quite decisively in Willow's favor.
I don't know. Like he did pretty well. It was neck and neck, but more importantly, it was sword to neck, and I won. So, yeah, I guess I'll accept the compliment. Anyway, I think are we probably heading back? He said that he was going to finish training.
Yeah, it's more like you're having a little sit down to wind down, drink some water, freshen up from your various combat-induced scrapes.
Yes, Willow gave him a cure wounds last sesh that wouldn't have restored him too much, but
No.
considering they didn't do too much damage with their last hit, or as much damage as they could have,
Yes.
shouldn't be too bad. Willow's also going to quickly use a mending cantrip on his clothes. I think I damaged his shirt,
Mm-hmm.
as an aside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Willow's still... Oh, yeah, no, Willow will sit down because he sliced the shit out of my legs, actually. I imagine, though I'm cured, it's still got that, like... Ouch, until I'm at full health.
Yeah. It stings a bit.
Yeah. So, okay, fine. Slap on the grass. You know what? I think out of the blue, after a silence, Willow is probably going to ask... I don't think I've ever asked about your ship. Granted.
Well.
Because it's no longer your ship. That's likely why.
I believe that is the case. Aye, but... the Silver Dancer was my first ship as captain.
Do you miss her?
I do. He sort of looks out towards the horizon, where you can just see the streak of blue against the sky that is the Crown Bay. But I've been assured she's in good hands, and I would rather see her sail well
And Willow kind of follows his look and then kind of looks at the sky and strokes their chin a bit. I've seen it from a distance, never up close. It must have had a reputation, considering where it was sailing to. Or
Well, she's a merchant vessel. Sleek and swift, all right, but not truly meant for fighting. She can defend herself in a scrap, but her strength is more in her speed.
I'm referring more specifically to where you sailed her to.
Aye,
Likely
well.
dwarfed by galleons and other such ships, but do you think the Silver Dancer made an impression on them at Stormhome? If that's where you went.
I believe I didn't go to Stormhome direct. That would be, a bit strong of a gamble for a foundling. But to Undair, yes. I'd say she matched as well as any of the royal ships. Certainly in better trim. I mean, Lazar sailors are the finest in the world. And the only reason Lyrander could compete with us is because they have a bit of an advantage, let's say. But there's only so many of them.
Willow kind of laughs because Varys being super cocky in his own way is amusing to Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Confident is probably the word, but he has a dash of,
Yeah. There is a swagger to
scoundrel
him.
about him. Yes.
Yeah. That was very absent for a long time.
Yeah. It's nice to see it back. So yeah, Willow look away, having a smile. They were asking, I guess, if the Silver Dancer is enough to have a reputation with House Lyrander at all. But because now they're just musing about that.
I think it would depend on the right person. I don't think that the Silver Dancer is necessarily famous, but to people who have dealt with her, she's probably very reliable.
Mm-hmm. And Varys never went to headquarters, but he did go to one day. Okay.
Yes. He went to not like main HQ, but he did go to. There's a Lyrander, enclaves, yeah.
Yeah. Willow might push and ask. So if she sailed back today, do you think they'd remember her?
I don't know.
Or was it you that made the grand impact?
I think Varys just laughs you off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Willow probably switch gears anyway, off that note. That was deliberately loud as well to be like,
yeah.
Hurrah, Varys, actually! Who needs a vessel when you are Mr. Greenleaf? That kind of energy.
Yeah.
So switching gears, Willow will say, what's your schedule looking like these days anyway? As a sea dragon in the making. Pardon me.
Well, actually, I'm supposed to meet with Rygar tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Sorry, Willow. Willow, what's the word I'm looking for? Composes themselves quickly, but they almost spoke over him.
Aye, there's supposed to be a meeting for the captains present. And while I'm no longer a captain myself, I am Hmm. I'm to attend the prince.
At the same meeting.
After.
After, I see. When's that?
Oh. Tomorrow afternoon, I believe.
Hmm. Captain's awoken early then.
And you, what's your schedule like?
Work. Gadgets.
I think I noticed one or two in that fight.
Yeah, grand debut, I suppose.
Hmm.
But more where that came from.
He raises an eyebrow. Like, oh-ho?
Willow doesn't elaborate. They ponder. I suppose I'm playing it by ear.
Aren't we all? And I think we'll move away
Aw.
from that scene.
Yeah.
There.
Would clink to glass with him if we had glasses. But if there's
Yeah.
water scenes or something, then
Yeah.
that would end on a little.
You
Yeah.
have glasses.
I
Not
could
that
literally
kind.
pull cups out of my pocket, but I think it's more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Willow, I believe you wind your way back down towards the bay in Regalport to take the ferry home.
Oh.
Uh.
No. I.
Because it's an excuse to go past the docks.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're lying to you from
Yes.
me. I see. I
Yes.
see what you're saying. I'm like, no, but I plan to go spy on the Silver Dancer. Oh, you're covering for me.
This is why I'm the spy.
I thought I was meant to lie for me, not the DM. But yes, okay. Yeah, I am going to the ferry. Wink. But before I get there, wink, wink, I'm going to scamper on over another way.
Yeah.
You know what? You remember that little porch I sat on that one time when I stole
Yeah.
from Moradale's? Can I find my way back
Yeah.
up there?
Sure.
Because that was a good vantage point of the harbor, I believe.
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you want to be sneaky about it?
Yeah. Last time I wasn't sneaky, Warfred frickin' Bartosz caught me, so yeah, I'd like to be sneaky.
I'd like to think
You
there
were
aren't any more active serial killers lurking about, but
You know
that's
what,
just
Willow?
me.
Willow's got a feeling in the back of their neck always.
Fair.
Yeah.
But yes, you successfully squirrel yourself away to a good vantage point where you have a nice wide view of the bay and port and anchorage.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and spot and analyze the Silver Dancer from here.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Can Fishtail give me advantage, or is it too far away?
I think this is too far away, but you did borrow a spyglass, which I think
Oh, I did.
gives you advantage.
I didn't realize it gives
on-
me advantage. If so, it'd be fantastic.
I think so. I
let
seem to
me-
remember Varys using
Yeah.
it in the Good Fortune arc. And
That is why I borrowed it from him. I just forgot that it actually has mechanical use and not just vibes.
It doesn't just make you look cool.
No, like I just.
I'm gonna
I just keep
say-
forgetting.
I think it won't give you advantage on a perception check necessarily because you need to pick it out from all the boats, but it will give you advantage on an investigation check from far away.
Right. So I just need to be able to spot it first. Please
Yeah.
don't roll one, Willow. Okay.
Good enough. Good enough.
Alright, cool.
You see the Silver Dancer. ash white wood, the blue and green flag of the Sea Dragons, although most ships are flying that flag here.
Mhm.
Yes, so currently she is out in the bay, in a defensive position. So you can see her from very far away.
Oh, so okay.
So
when you say
she's
out in the
not
bay,
docked.
obviously she's not docked. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, out in the bay in a defensive position. What time of day is it roughly?
I would say it's early afternoon. Like probably just around noon.
Is this just her station, so she doesn't rest at the dock?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, okay. Was there any more to perceive about her?
You see that there's like a crew about her. Her sails are furled and like standing still, but yeah, give me an investigation check.
Cool.
See if you can deduce what is happening from seeing the tiny people move around in the rigging and such.
Ooh, not great.
11. Okay. Well, you know that there's usually like, while it is not likely that Regalport would be attacked, it is still a protocol that the Sea Dragons keep up to have at least one ship be on the defensive.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think you guess that they're probably running drills or something like that.
Hmm.
Keep everybody in fighting trim.
Okay.
But yeah, she's just out in the bay for now.
Okay. And from my own knowledge, do I know like? No, I guess I don't.
Well, ask the question.
Oh, sorry, it's trailed off. Is it likely that it will stay out there until night? It's so early in the day, I imagine it might come in.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
quite possible that it will come in at night, or it's quite possible that it will just stay in the bay and then come in the next day.
Yeah. And is it far away enough that it's like not is it a boating distance or is it like so far out? I think I wrote
It's a
down how far
boating
was that.
distance.
Yeah, okay. So definitely at this stage,
Yeah.
it's
It's
not
something
looking
that could
boardable or anything.
be not easily.
Yeah. Also, everyone's there. That's the other thing.
Yes.
Daytime is like its own problem because of visibility and all that, but like
Mhm.
the nighttime is another problem because like anyone who could be doing another task is at full attention, like resting or in their rooms. Like it seems like there's more chance for things to not be operating the way that a ship would after night. So okay, it's not as much info as I wanted, but that's some. And I guess I'll have to come back and reconsider Varys telling me that there is an opening tomorrow, but I'll have to weigh up my pros and cons. Any surrounding, if I peer around the hub or anything else interesting happening?
Make another perception check.
Could have used that before, but okay.
Well, you do see the Dragon Eye, the main ship of Ryger's fleet, Ryger's personal ship, being thoroughly worked over. She's in for like maintenance and stuff. Didn't need active repairs, but it's the sort of thing of like they're freshening up the paint, they're making sure all the ropes are right, and all that. You see her. She is a vast ship. She's like the size of a mansion, essentially.
Oof.
The Dragon Eye. but she is very light because her hull is made of sorewood. You can tell that from a distance. That's
I do a-
pricey material.
Yep. Can I do a investigation check with advantage on this?
Sure. What are you looking for exactly?
What I was trying to look for on the Silver Dancer, but it's probably too far out, is like points of entry, any security measures taken, any magical security measures taken, and anything else that might be interesting about it.
Okay, well, I think you'll be able to see sort of surface level stuff. I don't know that you'd be able to tell about any magical security measures in particular, just because that's very far away. But
it's still far.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Magical stuff tends to be like you need to be within touching distance of it. But yeah, you can see the Dragon Eye has a full gun deck of arcane cannons. You can see the different levels of the ship. It is a grand warship. You would expect her to move quite slowly, if not for the fact that her hull is made of sorewood and therefore will have like a surprising amount of speed. You can
Like
tell.
Ryga.
You can tell that I think there is on a 22. I will say there is a slight shimmer to what you can see of the sails, which means they're probably enchanted to be like weather resistant and stuff like that. They won't burn or tear in a gale, which is very critical for a sailing ship.
Of course.
And in terms of entrances and exits, just seeing how big she is and how much crew would be needed to run her effectively, it would be like trying to break into a fort.
Okay.
Not impossible, just very, very difficult.
Yeah. It's not a climb up the outside wall and break it through a window situation, because the windows are guns and people are going to shoot you. And there's so many people around.
Yeah.
But you could also break in as one of the people.
Yeah. Honestly, it would be one of those things where it would be easier to try and get yourself hired as a sailor to get in than it would necessarily be to try and break in. But who knows? Depending on the mood and depending on preparation, maybe so.
Could, yeah. One more quick question. Is it likely, is, you know how, like, are there any such things as, like, magical ID checks in this universe that would be employed on a ship? Because that feels a bit...
Magical background checks.
Like, you know, how are you going to know that a Jacob the seafarer over there is not the same as this other Jacob that is clearly N in a wig, you know? Like, is there a person with true sight at the entrance to the boat?
Not that you would be able to see?
Oh, no, this is a general question of, like,
Okay,
does this exist in the universe?
Then that's an Arcana check.
Yeah, can I do it?
Yeah. Flat roll, please. Maybe? Certainly for like banks and prisons and stuff, there has to be, but like for the Dragon Eye,
It's something to think about for him, and something to be wary about for us. Not that I'm planning to break into the Dragon Eye, Willow says, closing the spyglass.
I would just ask nicely.
Of course you would. Actually, you literally could, probably. Anyway. Not super successful, but I know that the Silver Dancer will be closer in the harbor tomorrow.
Yes.
So maybe I won't waste my time here trying to pick sprinkles out of a bowl kind of thing. I'll just probably head back home.
Okay.
Besides, I'm not completely cool with... It does feel yucky to know that last time Willow was here, Wolfred was likely watching them.
Mm-hmm.
He's left a little bit of a yuck imprint on the feeling of security in general. So
Yeah.
Willow's probably gonna, they'll force themselves to grab some snacks on the way home, at least for you guys or for whoever. Just stuff to keep at home
Mm-hmm.
because they always do. How much we're paying for chips, bruh?
Like 3 copper.
Yeah, cool. He's my emotional support chips. No shit. Wait, Damon has those. Whatever.
You weren't there to see them, so you can forget.
Yeah, no, mine aren't potato chips. Mine are like crispy chips, crisps.
Like cassava chips.
Yes. Yum.
Sorry, I don't speak Italian.
Cassava.
That's
It's cassava or cassava, whatever.
Like, that's the jerk.
Oh, funny, kind of confusing, but we got there.
Cool.
Sorry, I need to buy some stuff.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I forgot my supplies. I don't know how
What
much
do you
they
need?
cost.
Well, we can
Let
just
me-
say that you do shopping and
Yes, thank you.
move on from there.
Cool.
You've had
That's
the
not
opportunity
suspicious.
to shop.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Cool. We fade in on the Nodding Poppy, and you have claimed the kitchen for tonight.
That's one way to put it. Yes. And bought a lot of ingredients the other day. Some of it was
Mhm.
for this project, some of it not.
Yeah, you kind of got persuaded into some
It's some
impulse purchases.
extra things here and there. So that's fine. Yes, and has laid out some of the ingredients that they bought for this particular purpose, including chicken and various spices, and rice,
Mm-hmm.
and with no one else to peek in on what they're doing, they're just going to take their time trying to revisit the old recipe that they've been cooking ever since they were like 6 years old. It's been a very long time since they've made this, but it's a bit of a rejuvenating and healing process to revisit it.
Yeah. I think you've had to chase Seeker Elsa and Luca away
Yeah.
to be like, are you sure we can't help you? And you're like, nope.
No, get
Yeah.
out.
Close the kitchen door. So
Bye. No one gets a spy
So-
on me as I do this. It's gonna be a surprise. Except for the smell that's
Yep.
gonna fill the Nodding Poppy. That might ruin the surprise, but you know what?
I'll pretend I can't
So-
smell anything. It's okay.
Yeah.
Cute. I think, Luca, you've been tasked, or rather, I think, Anne, you sent a message to Willow to invite them over to dinner because you can do that
Yep,
now.
I can just do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please imagine Willow doing some intricate work when your voice appears in their mind and they just like fling a screwdriver into the ceiling. Or like sitting on the
Hey,
ferry
come
on the
over
way
for
home and
dinner.
just
Yeah.
in front of all the strangers.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I choose the
100%.
ferry.
Yeah. Ah, the ferry it is then. Thanks.
Come over for dinner. It's a surprise.
It's that, when you're holding a bag of chips and you get shocked and all the chips jump out of the bag. Willow sheepishly picking up cassava chips on this ferry on the way home.
And just doing it mindlessly, like they have their book open on the counter, like a recipe book, and while they're waiting for something to finish
Yeah.
up on the stove, they just write it down without thinking.
I kind of need to tell you not to do that while I'm like mid-infiltration,
Well, I didn't think you'd be mid-infiltration today, because I assumed you'd let me know.
Oh yes, now I have reason to.
Yep.
God.
And I think, and also, like, borrowed a apron from Elsa
Yeah.
for it, so they're wearing a
Yes.
little apron when they do this. That's a bit big for
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah, you've had to tie the strings around your waist several times.
Yeah.
And it's like longer than it should be. It goes down to your ankles.
No.
You've had to tie the neck loop at the back as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like you just
Yeah.
added a knot so that it would sit properly.
Yeah. And literally grows their legs a little longer just so they make sure they don't trip over the apron. But yeah, I think it comes back to them pretty naturally as they get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
No.
It's not 100% the same, and you have to go back and forth and taste test now and again, and you're like trying to remember, like, how did this part go? But you get it pretty dang close.
Yeah.
Close enough to taste like home. Nostalgia.
Yeah, I can imagine. And doing the final taste test and just the content look washing over their face as they settle back down with the flavors. It's nice.
Yeah. So, you call everybody to dinner.
Yeah. Call everyone to the table. Willow, you showing up?
Yes. I mean, I lost my chips, so yeah.
Yeah, it's part of my master plan.
You invited for dinner, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring a beverage. Can I say I bought a beverage?
Yeah, you
I
can
would.
buy
I
a-
tend to buy
Oh.
stuff for you guys anyway, so like something to
Yeah.
go with dinner.
Yeah, sure. You can buy a bottle of something.
Yeah, lemonade is the first thing to come to mind. Not like that goes, but I brought drinks.
Yeah, and didn't tell you what was
Spend
for
another
dinner, so
copper. Yeah,
just follow your instincts.
Yep.
gotcha. I spent a copper on bevies.
Okay.
Bevies is such an Australianism.
Forget
Anyway.
to inform me where I'm from.
Oh no.
And you present the grand meal of chicken curry and rice.
Yeah,
Oh.
bring over the plates, 2 at a time, to Elsa and Luca and Willow.
Is this the? I give in a face like, yeah.
This is the secret. Enjoy.
And this looks lovely,
Thank you.
Tika also says.
I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
It smells delicious, certainly.
You see
Hello.
Willow
Bouncing
take like
slightly.
a big deep breath, like the whole time they're talking. Willow's like, just like, oh, it smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luca bouncing and like literally sitting on his hand, so he has to wait.
Willow's going to kind of low key whisper to N, "Is it spicy?"
I think N would have made a actually less spicy version for Willow. Because they
Yeah.
bought so many ingredients, I think they had like a mild and a stronger version.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aww.
Little side pot set of like
Yeah.
before you added all the
actually, you know what? Willow would never let their pride would never let them ask, so I take that back. But Mim asked.
Well, there you go. And
Yeah.
would have
I
thought
think
ahead of
Luca
that. So.
would ask as well.
and
How
yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, and has specifically dished up for Willow a less spicy version.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
I've
So your
watched you.
poor sensitive little nose doesn't
All right.
erupt.
I want you to enjoy it.
It was probably the kind that like Anne's parents would make for them when they were little, when they couldn't handle spice yet.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby
Baby
version.
version. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, you all dig in.
Yeah. I think N talks
Yeah.
about like how curry's actually really popular back in Sharn. They learned this recipe when they were really young.
Ah.
Yeah. I imagine, like, to describe it in real world terms, it is probably like an interesting sort of fusion curry
Mm-hmm.
where I would describe it as closer to like Indonesian or Malay style curries that
Oh my
you
God,
get
yum.
from diaspora type communities, where it's like it's very comfort food.
Oh, yeah.
Yum.
It is delicious.
Luca has much. Eats as much as
Yeah.
he's allowed.
Yeah, I feel like N made a very big pot of it on account of them
Yeah.
buying so many ingredients too. They're just like,
Yeah.
well, I gotta use it now.
Yeah. Let's roll for leftovers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What should that be?
There are 4 of us.
Yes.
Roll 4d4, and if you get above a...
No, I'm gonna say,
10.
and roll a d100, and that's the percentage left.
Oh.
Yes, I do. I can just click this. Yay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh my god.
How much
No,
did
I feel
I...
like
Right.
that doesn't
That
seem
doesn't
right.
work.
Maybe that's the percentage we ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
There's
what?
like-
Yeah.
One little bowl left.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
for Grayson or something.
Yeah, there's a
that's
tiny
nice.
scrap left, but
Okay.
you are all very full and content.
I love the idea that, like, you know, curry, it's like, oh, we'll leave leftovers. It's always nicer the next day, and then we eat it all on the
Yeah.
first day. It's like, well, never
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
Everyone has seconds,
Exactly.
Luca has thirds, and
Yeah.
tries their best to have thirds.
Oh my gosh. Willow would suggest to you to, like, Willow would say, I think Willow's eating in silence for most of it, and then just randomly says, you should tell Eka how to make this. And then goes for a second serve.
Yeah.
And bounces their brows like, you have a point. I
The
would-
silence, you know, the silence of like food is too tasty. Everybody is just busy eating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes them really happy, I think. They just enjoy
Yeah.
watching everyone
Like
eat it.
there's like the 15 minutes at the top where everybody's complimenting food, and then like everybody just gets into their plate, and it's like
Dead silence.
yeah, just the sound of
Clinky.
spoons and stuff.
Yeah. Anne's very proud of themselves.
Oh.
And they should
Luca
be.
will ask if he's allowed to learn how to make it.
Oh.
Eventually.
I
Not
don't,
just yet.
don't see why not.
Family favorite recipe.
Yeah.
No.
And would like to spread it around.
Yeah. Thank you, Ren.
You're welcome.
Let us move on to the next day.
That came quick.
Yeah.
Is Luca going to training again tonight? Did Luca eat 3 plates of curry and then is going to go and fight
He
later?
needs carbo load, man. Like,
Next day.
Bro.
It's the next day.
No, but does he not train every night? Is
Every
it not
other night.
Every other night. Gotcha.
He needs to have
Good,
some
then he
full
can have a
nights
nap.
of sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Now he's gonna sleep on a nice full belly.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hey, question. Could I have could I have spent the night at the Nodding Poppy?
Sure.
Yeah?
yes.
Absolutely.
You're
No,
full
I
of
think on
curry.
Regal Port. Yeah, that day, and I'm like, I'm too full. I can't go home. Willow just kind of doesn't want to make that nighttime walk back to their boat. You know?
Yeah.
Luca starts making a bed before they even start getting into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Willow was doing the full couch splat anyway, so it was like a
Yep.
inevitable.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are always welcome
Thanks.
if there's room to spare. And there usually is.
Yeah. And probably stays up with Willow chattering a bit until Willow starts nodding off.
Yeah, Willow's gonna fall asleep while you're talking.
That's fine.
That's your fault, sir.
I think Anne has gotten used to the idea that they're a bit of a bedtime story to you.
That's so cute.
Or they'll just talk and let you fall asleep while they're chattering about whatever comes to mind.
Willow's doing that. It's completely unrelated to what you're saying.
I imagine at some point Anne just inserts a completely outrageous claim while they're chattering to just check if Willow's out now, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And boy, are they.
Yeah. So, we move on to the next day. Willow, what are you up to? Are you planning on snooping more while you know
say-
things are happening?
I think Luca would have quietly mentioned that he's going to training tonight. So if you happen to be doing anything, wink, in Regalport, I'll be there if you need me.
At midnight.
Willow's going to probably mention, with the movements of like, I'm going to go right now, saying, it's more of a daytime activity. But don't worry,
Oh.
I'm not busting in right now. Still need to do recon.
Is there a particular time I should contact you to check in on things? And like wiggles their book around.
I'm only looking today.
Ah, okay.
Willow will actually ask N, though, if there is any dates for their appointment.
It's the 20th.
Tomorrow. So, tomorrow? What time?
What time would you say, Zeke?
Probably early evening.
Okay. Early evening. I don't have any reason to believe that's Myraldine related, but it does feel odd to go to... Look, let's investigate her boat first, and then we can think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to just cut straight to Willow doing another investigation
Yep.
check on the boat.
Yes.
But they're going early so that she would probably be at the Riga meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my up top vantage point is still better than trying to get down to the docks. I assume, unless I could just go up next to it and look at it with my eyes.
I think you can go up next to it and look at it with your eyes.
You're a dock worker.
It's like you could go
I
up
can.
across the street from it, which is not suspicious. You know,
Yeah,
instead
and
of being like,
I could use the spyglass anyway, which is suspicious. But I'm a pirate.
hey,
People look at
just
stuff.
do the tourist thing of I got a new spyglass. I'm going to use it to look at everything.
Yep, that's what I'm doing. Can I do a perception check first to check that I don't recognize anybody around? Yes.
Yep.
Sorry. Oh,
Nope.
why do I keep getting such high ones?
Well, at least you can rest assured.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you are down by the docks, blending into the crowd, keeping a weather eye out. Nobody super recognizable here. I think you make it early enough that you can see when Myraldine disembarks and gets into a cab to go to the meeting.
Okay.
So you know for certain she has just left.
The temptation to jump aboard right now is there, but Willow will temper it. They want to play this smarter, and they have stuff to do. So, up closer now, I would like
Yes.
to have a look. I'll be able to tell
Yes.
too how the crew behaves while she's gone. Hopefully, if I roll above a 1.
Sure.
Well,
Wow.
you did roll above a
The
1,
bottom of
technically.
the street to contend with. That what? God, oh my god, that's so annoying.
So you keep an eye out. A 12 isn't bad, I will say. It is not a failure. It's just not as much information as you might necessarily like. They are... I think being in harbor, you can see that the crew has on the ship is about half of what it usually is. People are taking leave for the day and will probably swap out either the next day or the day after, depending on what their actual schedule is. There's just regular chatter. There's regular maintenance of a ship. There's always something to do aboard a ship. You can see that there are probably about 4 levels. There's the main deck, which has a gangplank attached to it, where the crew are going up and down and so on. You can make out the bosun, who is a half-orc woman, who is a big booming voice. And you can see how you would get into the captain's quarters, most likely. You can either board the ship itself, go up to the quarterdeck, and then into the sort of cabined area behind the helm to get to the captain's quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be ridiculous and try and climb through a window. Although, ship's windows not super known for opening easily.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yes. I mean, hey, question. If I break a window, I can mend it, right?
If the break is small enough, mending has a size limit. It has
That's
to
fair.
be, I think mending is like the break can't be bigger than 30 centimeters.
Break a tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 1 Subway sandwich worth.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's decently good to know. That's frustrating. I can't do another check. I'm assuming just dropping the spyglass and looking closer myself.
You would need to actively approach it.
I can still be on the dock, though, yeah?
Yeah. But the risk is being spotted by the crew and picked out.
I think I have enough to
Either-
work with.
Either that, or you could try and break in right away.
What if you were someone else? Is that something you can do?
It is something I can do, but I don't have it equipped.
Um,
Well, I do have Gil. Just to poke around, even just touch the boat to see if I can see any of the. What is the likelihood of any of these boats having like magical alarms?
Considering the way you're seeing people go to and fro on board it, it is probably that just stepping onto the ship is not alarm worthy. You don't know about the captain's quarters.
Yeah. I don't think I'll risk it at the moment.
All right, then.
There's something I want to make first.
I think in that case, you
Yeah.
head back before temptation overcomes you, and we will come back to this another time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go home and invent.
Yeah.
make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
So, Luca,
Me.
you know you have a special test tonight.
Oh, goodness.
What does it look like when you make ready to head to Regalport?
Quiet focus as he's getting ready. Fixing his armor, getting his weapons,
Mhm.
determined. And I can do this. I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have been trained well. So.
Yes. Good. We follow you and your steed up to the ruins where you meet Seeker Nereus. A sharp wind blows in from over the sea, whistling through the broken walls of Caer Bradden, giving the summer night an unseasonable chill. Seeker Nereus, the undead champion of the Blood of All, stands across from you in the ruined courtyard, red eyes bright under the light of the moons. Your magical elk stands beside you, a warm presence at your back. Seeker Nereus speaks. It has been a week since you've come under my tutelage. He draws his sword from its sheath. Let us see how much you remember, Seeker Luca.
Luca draws his sword.
Let's roll initiative.
All right.
Oh my god, it's been so long. Boss. Oh,
I think you also need to roll initiative for your steed.
little guy. Armor class, initiative. Hey!
Hey, the steed
Nice.
rolled well.
It's a fast
Nice
little
one.
beast. Big beast.
Cool.
Big boy.
Last big beast. Cool. So it can take actions as you choose. The aim of the game is to protect your steed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can have it take a dodge action or whatever you choose.
Yes. Okay, so I can say it prepares to dodge as it's
Okay,
out.
so yes. So it takes
Cool.
the dodge action.
Nice.
All right. Your turn, Luca. You can set yourself
Uh,
up in whatever way you choose.
I need my Luca cheat sheet open. Where are you?
Just gazing upon your steed's token. So shiny.
So beautiful.
So
So
powerful.
humongous.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a large creature.
Okay.
See, I thought-
Okay. No, keep talking. That helps.
I thought Luca was a large creature, but then this thing showed up.
Yes, big enough to
Okay.
carry him.
Oh my god. I'm just going to ready and attack.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Then it is Seeker Nereus' turn. He runs in and will try to attack the steed, but you get your attack off first because it's a
Yes.
reaction, and you are allowed to strike twice.
Oh my god, I'm so big now.
Yeah.
Not great.
Miss.
Wow.
Oh.
Much worse.
Miss.
Oh.
I'm nervous.
Yeah. So you strike out at Seeker Nereus, but he has already predicted your swipes, and he will make a longsword attack against your steed with disadvantage because it is dodging.
Oh,
Hey.
Miss.
miss. Lucky.
Hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw for your steed.
Can I actually cast a Vigilant Guardian instead?
You have already used your reaction.
Okay. Okay. Constitution saving, was it?
Yes, please.
Oh.
Not for you, your steed.
Oh.
But Luca just
Oh my
struggles
god.
anyway.
Yeah. Luca needs it. Wow. Okay.
Worse.
Wow.
Good. takes an additional 1 point of damage.
You're just warming up.
So it took 7 damage, right?
Yes, I have already subtracted it.
Oh my god, it has so few hit points.
Yeah. It's magic. So, you ready your sword to slash at Seeker Nereus twice. Seeker Nereus darts forward and does a big sweep with his long sword, and like it sucks in a little bit of the sort of ethereal, wispy blood that the steed sheds. It is now your steed's turn. You can have it make an attack,
Yeah, I was gonna say
run away, or whatever.
So if I move it like 30 feet, is it? Speed, no, 60 feet. So if I moved it 60 feet forward, it can do its trampling charge through Nereus, right?
No, it has to move. It has to be a certain distance away. Before it can do trampling charge.
Okay. Can I not move it back and then move it forward?
You can, but
he will get an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Okay, I will just attack it with Le Hooves.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey!
Hey, nice hit.
There we go.
Definitely hits.
And
Click on the attack again to roll damage.
oh my
Nice.
god, big boy.
Nice.
Good. Good hit. Cool. Your turn now, Luca. Your elk rears up and like slams its hooves into Nereus.
Can I move him?
You can make a shoving attack, yes.
Yeah. Can I get into the same space as my steed?
You can mount your steed.
No, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not there yet. So, shoving is different to an attack.
It is an attack and then a strength roll.
Okay, in which case I will do that. But does it apply to both attack rolls or just the one?
Just the one.
Okay. All right, cool. There we go.
Oh!
So I shove him.
Wow.
Protective instincts activate.
Yeah.
That, if you use that as a shove, that will not do the crit damage.
Yeah, okay, no, that's just a regular attack.
Okay, in which case, you attack Seeker Nereus. Would you like to add smite on that?
Will he be okay? Does that not, like...
He will tell you when he's not okay.
Okay, yeah, then that would be fun.
I need you to know, Seeker Nereus has effectively almost triple your hit points.
Okay, but Smite, like, fucks with undead creatures, right? Is he an undead?
Yes. That's the whole reason you have it.
But he'll let me know, right?
Yes.
He's not gonna disappear in a puff of smoke like
You're having a crisis.
I don't want to kill him.
No, like I get what you mean. Like you don't want to touch him with the undead killing stick and he explodes. Like
yeah,
he won't die from this.
Murder.
Okay, cool.
He knows his limits.
And
Trust him.
I can cast it at first level, right? In this instance. Yeah,
Yes.
cool. I'm growing
In
up
which
so
case
much.
you roll 3d8 because he is undead. Roll one more d8.
One more D8. Oh,
Damn. It's gonna be a beefy hit.
Wow. Nice.
Actually, you roll 68 because you
What?
double the dice. You double the dice on a crit.
Go 3
Oh
more.
my god.
So roll 3 more.
Holy shit!
Damn, Luca. You're gonna pretty much take out your health points on him
Holy
in one
shit.
hit.
Yeah,
20,
exactly.
28,
That's
29,
why
30,
paladin
31,
crits are
40.
so powerful.
Yeah.
46!
Oh my!
Oh my
God.
god.
He just
Damn.
killed me and N twice.
Yeah. Essentially.
Wow! Holy moly!
Oh, I'm finally getting the large numbers of dice. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yep. This is why paladin crits are insane. Cool.
I'm a big boy.
Please describe as you deal this devastating blow to Seeker Nereus.
Oh my gosh.
You have been training for this. He has made very certain to make you confident in this.
And confident that I won't accidentally kill him. I think I'm okay with that now. So,
Yes.
Nice.
Luca makes a point of sweeping his blade away from the steed. And it's literally just a huge diagonal swipe across Seeker Nereus' chest that kind of is... Luca's eyes kind of match Nereus's in the dark, but instead of being red, they're pink. So it's kind of frightening. But it's not very dramatic looking, unfortunately, because he's a simple boy. I'm sorry for that.
No, I mean, it's dramatic enough. As you close the distance with Nereus, making sure to draw the focus away from your ward, which in this case is your steed. You take him by surprise, and where the hooves have sort of pushed Nereus back a step, you use that opportunity to close the distance and do a great big slash from shoulder to hip.
Yeah.
Across Nereus' chest. You infuse it with your divine smite as you feel the blade make contact, cut deep, and there is this flash of radiant pinkish red light that is reflected in your eyes, and you smell like steam and smoke come off Seeker Nereus as he gasps out in pain. This has been a truly devastating hit that would slay most foes, but it's no big deal for a vampire. Or rather, it's a bit of a deal, but not not lethal. Cool.
I think the most notable thing is that the first time Lucas struck Nereus, there was instant hesitation and there was an instant reaction of apology, but this time there is none of that.
Okay. You have a second attack if you would like to.
Oh my god, I do.
We're not even done.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Okay.
This time,
okay. Roll
does that
a.
hit? Yeah.
Yes, it does hit. Roll a athletics check, and Nereus will roll one as well.
Oh my gosh.
And you manage to shove him back.
Nice.
By let's say 10 feet.
10 feet.
Whoa.
Nice. And
Cool.
I can use my movement to get up in his face again, right?
Yes.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Okay, and I
Oh
end
my
my
god.
turn.
You're horrifying.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Glad he's on our side.
Right? Woo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so
I need to
warm
double
right
check. Yeah. Cool. There is a moment in Nereus's eyes as you see this sort of burning mark that you've cut across his chest, sizzled. You've seen his powers of regeneration at work, but because of the smite, it is unable to start healing. You have
Ooh.
effectively disabled that on him as a vampire, and he bares his teeth and snarls at you, eyes wide, and then steps back, sheathes his sword, and says, "Very good. Very, very good, Seeker Luca. An excellent strike.
Luca,
I think
settle.
you're more than ready." You have learned well. Regained much of your strength.
Now Luca's eyes go straight to his wound, like, can I fix that?
Nereus holds up a hand, and like, because initiative is now ended, you have won. You did it.
Oh my god, that was
You brought
devastating.
One,
Yeah. One decisive
blow.
strike.
One paladin crit with a smite on top. Easy.
my gosh. And you didn't even deal damage with your shove, yeah? You just shoved him to
Yeah, just back.
Yeah.
heal
Just
away.
back.
just to get
That's
away from my
crazy.
friend.
Oh.
Yeah, when Luca crits, he does absurd amount of damage, or is
Yeah.
at least capable of that. So
I think Luca settles a little bit, and
Yeah.
his shield and sword lower slightly as he glances down at his own hands, a little bit bewildered that he was able to do that so efficiently. Like he knows that he's able to, but just feeling it in effect is something different.
yeah. As Nereus talks, the sort of wound starts to heal and close, and you can see him regenerating health.
Oh, good.
He'll be back up to full in like 6 rounds.
Okay, so not that long.
No, it takes about like a minute for him to be back up at full strength again. That is one of the benefits of being vampire.
Yeah, wow.
is you heal real fast if people aren't actively killing you.
If we were like a team able to fight Vaelia together at the time, she would have been done. Like, no chance.
Exactly. Exactly. Which
She
is
knew
why-
That's
that.
why you locked him out.
Locked.
I see why you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why she
Right.
locked him out. I think she had an
Mhm.
inkling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows about undead.
Mm-hmm. She sure does. Nereus says, I think this is about as much training as I can grant you in this short a time. The rest must be left up to experience. You will grow more confident in your abilities as you use them more.
That's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Luca gives a smile like, doesn't it suck that to be better at combat, you have to be in combat?
Well, with any luck, all you will need is a decisive blow and some strong words to get anyone to back down.
But my words can be as strong as yours have been, and I offer my hand for a shake.
Nereus takes your hand and does the like forearm clasp, powerful
Sir!
shake.
Would he be okay with
What?
Would he be okay with a hug? Is he open to that? Can I
Nereus.
hug? Can I check vibe check to see if Nereus would be okay with a hug?
Insight check as Nereus says, I'm proud to have had you as a disciple, Secret
Okay.
Luca.
No, now I have to hug him. There's no yeah.
Okay,
Luca does.
Okay, you go in for a hug, make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Do you want to use your channel divinity to add +5 to that?
Yes, I do. Hell yeah.
So, in this very emotional moment, what does it look like as you use your channel divinity? What's it called?
What is it? Emissary of Peace.
Area of Peace? Yes.
So
What does it look like as the divine power of peace and love fills you?
Oh my god. I'm imagining they're still holding arms in that very jockish way, and Luca just snugs Nereus up into a hug because Nereus is smaller than him, and kind of rests his head against Nereus's head, bends his ear a little bit, and there is a gentle glow of, wow, this moment is beautiful.
So +5, this is a 17. Which is pretty good. I think there is a moment of hesitation as Nereus is like
What is happening?
stuck. And then slowly he puts a hand on the back of your shoulder and does a quiet little chuckle of It has been a long time since I have felt the warmth of a brotherly embrace. His skin is cold and dead. And after a moment, he disengages from the hug. But he is smiling gently. And he bows his head to you.
Luca does as well. I think it has stirred something in Luca that he doesn't really remember. And he is a bit misty-eyed, and his expression is not smiling, it's quite serious. Because he knows this is an important moment for him, and it is touching on other important moments for him that he can't quite grasp.
Mm-hmm.
But then seeing Secret Nereus smile like that instantly breaks his face into a smile as well.
You've done well.
And he bows quite deeply as a thanks.
Feel free to return for more training should you wish. I have enjoyed sparring with you.
Luca bristles and then looks at his steed and then looks at Secret Nereus like, would you like a ride back to the temple?
Nereus glances at the steed, then you, and says, and then wordlessly inclines his head in agreement.
Yes! Best day of my life.
Oh.
Going in a big circle, fast as we can. Wind in his boldness.
Wind in his ears.
Yep.
Huh.
We see as the two of you riding on the back of this majestic elk, the flower petals ghostly trailing in the wind, as you ride down the hill from Caer Bradan to peaceful Regalport, lit up by the stars and the moons and the streetlights below. Congratulations, Luca Carnson. You are level 5.
Hell yeah!
How cute!
Congratulations, Luca!
Congrats!
So cute. What a good scene.
Also,
Oh, so
fucking
cute.
level up on a crit. Amazing.
Yeah.
That always feels
Right?
good, right?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you guys got us back to Regalport.
I get to look Secret
You know what I imagined? You know how you had the flashback to Secret Nereus, like, as a sailor? We had that once upon a time. I don't know, there's something about the wind whipping past you both. It feels very, like, like fond memory kind of thing.
Yeah.
Similar framing.
Oh, thank you, Zeke.
Oh.
Elite. I love that. I'm so happy.
That's so good. Ah!
It is the 20th.
It is.
Luca is actually glowing now. He has an air of radiance about him.
Good. I'm glad he's doing well. Does that just last all the way to morning?
Well, next couple of days, honestly. Unless something
Well-
puts it off, he's good for the next couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, N.
Yeah, my interview is in the evening, and Willow and Luca will know about that. So maybe an hour or two before the actual time, and we'll be peeling off.
Oh, yes. Before we get there,
Yes.
Willow, you get a letter from Varys.
Yeah, I was wondering what would happen. What time of the day do I get this?
I think mid-morning, like when the first real post comes around.
Can I say, so I'm sure the day before, because I knew that he was meeting with Ryger as well, there is like a head down study energy to Willow.
Yeah.
They're just gonna spend the day inventing, refining their stuff. The next day,
Yeah.
can I meet the new guy from, can I meet him first? I'm sure
They're
I have
not-
to be there for like a handover. Aren't they coming
Oh,
in
yes.
on 20th?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, they are. They are. Actually, yeah, they would be. Sorry, I hadn't looked at my notes for that part. Yes. So, let me talk about that.
Yay.
So, about noon-ish, the new Maidrite comes to salvage with all of their family and belongings on the ferry. It is a gnomish woman with mint green hair called Eleanor Bailiwick, her partner Rigby Bailiwick, and their 3 young children, Gimble, Gyre, and Mimsy.
Aww.
That's so cute.
Adorable.
People get bonus points if you can correctly
Sits in
guess
the-
where these names come from.
Wait, no, I need.
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
Okay,
write them
sorry,
down
you
for us?
guys.
Thank you.
Give them to us. Like
Yeah.
the names.
Eleanor Bailiwick, Rigby Bailiwick, Gimble, Gyre, and Mimsy, their children.
Eleanor
So,
Rigby.
lives in a dream.
Yep. Yep.
Eleanor
Correct.
Rigby. Yeah.
And then where are the children from?
Gimbal.
Gimble, Gyre,
Mims?
and Mimsy.
Oh, well, I don't think I know that because Gimbal is just a thing to me.
I don't think I know that either.
I'll
Mimsy.
tell you later.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
I'm Mimsy, kind of.
Yeah, you're Mimsy.
You're a little bit mimsy.
Oh my
Oh,
god, what if their
Mimsy.
children are
Depends
just
on the day.
us? Like Sarah, Romy, and Mim. I'm
No.
Gimbal.
No.
No. All right.
Nice try, though.
Nice try. Anyway, so there is a big bit of a welcome as the bailiwicks arrive. They are moving into half of a cottage in the village that one of the elders who has adult children who have like all moved on to like marry into their own families has like put on the market basically. So it's like there's like a granny flat situation, and then the main cottage, and the bailiwicks are moving into the main cottage.
Oh my God,
Bruno
that's my
greets her. Everybody greets her. There is a little bit of a welcome wagon, and many hands sort of helping them unload all their belongings into the cottage. Obviously, it's already furnished because somebody already lived there. But all their like blankets and so on and so forth. There's like you can see Eleanor carrying this like stuffed to bursting bag of holding with all of her tools and belongings and stuff, with like all of the children's various toys and clothes and all that. It's impressive. You've hardly ever seen a bag of holding be that filled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, Eleanor seems lovely. She's chipper and chatty and greets everyone and is like very happy to be here.
I imagine Willow kind of stays at bay for a bit just out of habit, like letting everyone kind of go through the motions. Will help, obviously, but not going out of their way to introduce themselves. Like, hi, I'm the one that put your job offer up. Like,
yeah.
They just kind of
hi, you're my replacement.
Fading in with the background.
Yeah.
To the best of their ability.
Yeah. I think once things calm down a bit and like, sort of people disperse for lunch and stuff, you get an opportunity to catch Eleanor if you like.
I feel like Bruno's gonna have to facilitate that.
Okay. I think sort of Bruno's on his way out and he sees you loitering and he's like, Miss Bailiwick. Here, I'd like to introduce you to our other arcane tinkerer, the one you'll be replacing. I believe Willow Jenkins here is planning on moving on soon. And Eleanor greets you and says, Oh, well, it's lovely to meet you.
So I'll do a quick little
Yeah.
She genuinely just a very friendly, bubbly person.
Yeah, she's just a chipper, chatty person who is like excited to start her life in a small town after being a little overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle and impersonal air of the city. Aww. She's like, well, I was very glad to see the postage. We've been in communication, Mr. Saltbeard and I, over post. I was really looking forward to giving the place, the kids a place to, roam about and grow up in the countryside. I think it'd be good for their health. It'll be good for my husband and myself. Better chance to, get to know your customers, because you don't really get to do that in a bigger city. Have a little more personal touch. And Bruno says, I'm sure you'll fit right in, Miss Bailiwick.
Willow's going to get a word in. I feel like Willow's just been watching her talk for a bit with the polite nods, and will say, Salvage is happy to have you. Have you had lunch? And Willow will probably shout the family lunch.
Okay, cool.
With the rest of the dock workers, but yeah.
Spend like 5 silver.
Are the kids Tor's age?
One of them is, the other 2 are younger.
Oh, babies!
babies!
Yay!
How
Someone's
cute,
gonna make some friends.
Willow would be happy to introduce them to the nesting quail, and I imagine it's the kind of thing where like there's enough of the dock workers there that Willow doesn't have to host per se, but they're definitely like their gesture to the new hire is to buy them and their family lunch. So you know what? Should I 5 silver? Is that enough?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I? Okay.
You want to spend more?
No, I just thought that it would be more to pay for all of them.
5 silver is a lot.
Oh yeah, the meals are in coppers. Right. Sorry. All right, cool. Yeah.
Yep. So
nice.
Eleanor Bailiwick is immediately like a little minty bowl of sunshine.
Aww.
How cute.
Some of the kids are like a little bit shy. They're obviously a bit tired. Her husband Rigby is mostly taking care of them, making sure they are fed, and I think Mimsy, the youngest, is like very sleepy, so she's kind of it's a lot of hullabaloo.
How do the kids react to Fish Dog if I send Fish Dog over to keep them company?
I think Gimbal and Guy are immediately like, are fascinated with it and try playing tag with it.
I can imagine one of them just pulling one of the fins because it's kept with like
Yeah.
magnetic force. I imagine this
Yeah.
like it's invisible, but you get that like pull of when you like magnets are near each other, and then like when
Yeah.
you fling it back, fish dog like wobbles all out of like
Yeah.
whack, and it's just fun to play with.
Yeah,
But
you get the
I
clatter
imagine-
of magnets hitting each other
Yeah,
before the fin snaps back into alignment.
yeah. It's very cute, very warm, and I do think that Willow. It's like it's still a bit bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
There is an air about it. Bruno has said something quite decisive that Willow hasn't even said aloud, which is like, okay. But Willow's gonna soak it up until the moment where it seems like they can peel off.
Yeah.
To go back to their boat.
Yep.
After having warmly welcomed the new person.
Yeah.
And then now I guess
think-
my mail.
Yeah.
Sorry for going.
I think Bruno catches you as an aside on your way out. I think he's just like he's found an excuse to loiter near the door so that he can snag you on the way out before you go, and says, I know you've been busy lately, and I know you've got plans, but I hope you also know that no matter what, no matter when, there will be a place in salvage for you.
Where'd this come from?
Bruno gives you a
okay?
flat look.
Are you
Get
you have
out
a
of
fever?
here.
Are you okay? I can fetch medicine for you.
Bruno like slaps your lower back and says, "Go on then."
Okay. Willie gets like halfway down the road before like visibly reacting to that, but then like they'll just wipe their face and head home.
Yeah.
Now do I have a letter from Paris?
You do.
Okay. Ugh. Might as well check that immediately before I psych myself out.
Yeah. It's just a short note that says, just finished meeting with Ryger. We should talk soon. There is much news.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's just gonna sit out on the front of their boat for a bit and look at the open sea and just let all of that wash over them a bit.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
And I think we'll cut from there to evening.
Yeah.
As we
Luca knows that
follow-
Anne is going to a
Yeah.
Yes.
job interview. Yeah.
Yes, both Luca and Willow know about En's meeting.
Yep.
I think Luca would have bid them farewell with like, have you got all your knives? Sleeping pills? Rope?
It's an interview, not a kidnapping.
Well, it could be a practical interview.
Usually the jobs we send me on don't require those things, but yes, I'll be well equipped.
If you need me, just taps his head.
And taps their book.
I'll come running.
I'll hold you to it.
Good luck.
And-
Knock him dead or, unconscious, whatever they want.
Whatever they want. That's the name of the game. And does a salute. Starts to head off.
Quick question. You've informed us both of your whereabouts and also of the timing. You didn't make any indication that we would like come as backup, yeah?
Nope.
Okay. This is run of the mill for you. Cool.
Yep, and there's no reason to
Ooh.
be concerned at this point. And if they start to be concerned, they have some things they can use.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. So on the way to Regalport, and is going to change over to Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
My little meow meow.
Find his
Did
way.
I just say that out loud?
Yes, you did. Thank you. Sorry. And make his way to the last stand, was it?
The last call.
Last call. Not last stand yet. The last call. Yeah, where he met Vis.
Yep.
5 months ago now.
Yep.
Still
It was in the
somewhat
beginning of the
familiar.
year.
Yeah. I think it was was it the beginning of the year or the last month of last year? I think it was somewhere around then. Somewhere on the precipice of that time. It's been a while. It feels even longer.
It has been.
Considering everything that's happened since then. But
Yeah.
Kai still remembers the layout. I imagine it's not very complicated, considering
No.
it's a shady bar.
No.
They're not exactly known for their
Yeah.
excessive
Yeah,
architecture.
it's a bit of a no. It's a bit of a dive. Everything is a little bit cluttered and rickety, but it's got strong spirits and for cheap, and plenty of the rough types come visit. You blend in perfectly with the crowd. Make a perception check.
Will do.
Ooh.
I think
Dang.
on a critical fail of perception, the person manages to sneak up behind you and says, "You are Kai, right?"
I will slowly turn to face them. Yes.
They are wearing a hood that is obscuring their face, and before you get a chance to really look at them, they gesture for you to follow them into like a corner.
All right. Can I make an insight check as I follow them? Or perception?
Yes.
To try and...
Inside, I
Okay.
think, because
Dang.
hard to tell. Their clothing is very nondescript.
Could I pick
It's
out
not
that...
even like, yeah.
Could I pick out the accent at all?
No, I don't think you're familiar with it.
All right. Oh. Kai will follow.
You follow and then like sit across from each other at this little sort of secluded table that is like basically crammed up into a corner of a wall, so there's like a barrier between you and the rest of the bar. Great place to talk quietly.
Oh, Kai's good at that. He's going to sit across from the client, and he will not be the first one to speak. He's just going to stare them down until they start the conversation.
What has Vis told you about us?
Nothing.
Ah. That is their due diligence. I am the contact.
Kai nods. And is there any, like, confirmation Kai could get from this person that they're the contact? Like, something from Vis that would prove that this is the person he's supposed to be talking to?
I think, yeah, they,
Flash a card or something like that.
yeah, it's like a little business card. She, flicks across the table at you. Gloved hands, of course.
Of course. I will examine it, and I assume I don't need to roll to make sure it's not a fake or a forgery.
Yeah, you recognize it.
Yeah. So Kai will place that down. I am aware
I can sense...
you had certain eyes upon the auction hall recently.
Indeed. I can sense that you are not a person who likes to beat about the bush. So, put your cards on the table and I will show you mine.
You've come to Vise, you know the quality of the services we offer. What has Vise told you about me?
Vise has told me that you are a part-time worker for their little information brokering business. But what I am more interested in is your involvement with Medani and the others.
Eye gestures, like, continue.
What was your interest in the murder?
Which one?
How shall I put this? I represent a group of people who have a vested interest in Regalport. And I saw the mess your red-headed face made when that one convict decided to kill himself and turn into a monster.
So you work for the Port Authority.
I did not say that.
Correct me then.
This is supposed to be a mutually beneficial relationship.
I want what you want. Tell me what you want.
I want information.
On.
So, you were very close to Miss Medani while you were investigating the murder, and I have an inkling of suspicion that there was something personal at stake for you there. I also saw your pale-haired face at the execution of that supposed imposter.
Sounds like you have an interest in me more than anything else.
You know something.
Why do you care?
This was right. This face of yours is very monotonous. Fine then. If you won't make first play, I will. She pulls back her hood and reveals herself to be a sanded down warforged woman. But just before you do, you see like the dissipation of an illusion, a disguise self spell. Make a perception check.
Okay.
You vaguely recognize the human face that she was wearing as probably a face in the crowd of one of the guards that you saw
Yeah, that's what I
at the
was
Port Authority.
starting to suspect.
So, I am Contact. And you are the one known as Kai, as Audrey Whistler, as Casto. I will refer to you as Kai, of course, while we are speaking here. And what I know about you is that there is something or someone you have been pursuing.
Is that a problem?
And I have reason to believe that they might be a threat to the report at large. Not in the least because of that attack on the Grand Auction Hall.
Do you represent a group that could do something about a threat to Regoport?
I do.
Who?
You'll have to give me reason to trust you first before I tell you that. You play the game very well of keeping your cards close to the chest. However, you know what I am capable of. I already know much about you. I am close friends with Vyse, and I have contact with the Port Authority in ways that even they do not realize. So,
Is she? Should I be using she, her pronouns?
She.
Okay. Is that a threat?
Make an insight check.
I want to know your pronouns before I kick your ass.
It's she. Contact uses she.
Is her name Contact?
Yes.
That's
Oh, that's
cute.
so cool.
Who am I meeting? The contact. Yeah,
Yep.
but what's their name? The contact.
No, what's their name?
Love that.
On a 5, she is. You don't think she's threatening you, but she is playing hardball with like a. You are not going to get any more information out of her until you give her a reason to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Vyse has already recommended you to them, whoever this group is, and she's already made a strong play of, like, I have means by having all this information about you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because that would, like... And this is likely the person who Vyse knows about your other faces from.
Mm.
Oh.
Niche.
So...
Okay.
Just business, baby.
I get that. Let's see. Okay. So
Contact says,
why don't you start with something relating to the murder mystery?
I'd seen something like it before. There was concern that a group that I had encountered in the past had infected Regoport, so I investigated.
And have they?
To my knowledge, not yet.
Well, I would like to make that not yet into a never.
I think I'm going to insight check that to see how much Kai believes that. Guy's a suspicious person. And what can you do to assure?
I think on an 8 you do believe her.
Hmm. Are you aware of the butler? And his movements?
I was aware that his employer disavowed the monster that was arrested in Mr. Bartosh's basement as an impostor.
Do you believe
But
that?
I am a naturally suspicious person. So no, I am not sure that I believe that he was unaware.
Are you aware that Sir Beckett is a ex-Dark Lantern?
I am aware of that much, yes. That is public record, however.
My point is that it seems peculiar that a Dark Lantern would allow a monster to get close enough to his acquaintances for such an accurate copy.
Indeed, it is highly suspect. And you are the one to point out, if not outright pursue and defeat, this so-called imposter.
Kai nods.
So, the rat catchers are interested in any cat who knows of more secret rats.
Kai's going to reach into his bag then and dig up. I feel like we would have made a couple copies of the sketch of the
Yeah.
silver pin. So Kai has
yeah.
a copy.
Yeah.
And he takes out that sketch and he's going to slide it across the table to this person.
Contact
That's good.
uses 2 fingers to slide it over and examines it.
This is their symbol.
Hmm.
Warfred was wearing it. Edmund Beckett was wearing it. And I know for a fact that any other person involved with that group will be wearing it.
There we go. Now that is useful information.
You can't see her smile on account of her not really having a lips. But you hear the warmth in her voice. She settles back.
Very well. Allow me to introduce myself more thoroughly. I am one of the leaders of the Prince's Ratcatchers. We are not police, and we are not heroes. We are informants. We keep a finger on the scale against those who would want to unbalance it, be they smugglers dropping dangerous contraband, stupid political climbers with more ambition than skill, or even those serving more sinister forces. We live in a world where monsters are very much real and can very much sneak up on you. So, we rat catchers prevent vermin from infesting the city.
Kai nods and gestures at the paper. These are vermin.
Indeed. So, the public murder of the playwright was clearly a stunt to impress. So who was it supposed to be impressed by it?
The answer is like Warfred was trying to impress Edmund, yeah? Was that
Mm-hmm.
confirmed?
Mm. Yep.
Sir
Yes.
Beckett.
Ah, so he is a ringleader of this little group that you have encountered previously?
Yes. Warfred was what we might call a small fry, comparatively. You won't
No
get
good
anything.
riddance to him.
You won't get anything out of him.
I am well aware.
Guy nods like, yeah, you've done your due diligence then.
Well, Mr. Bartosz is off to rot in Dreadhold for the next 100 years. But Sir Beckett is intriguing problem.
The ideal was to blacklist him from returning to Rigoport. However, I was not able to gather enough evidence to secure that on my own.
Well, the good news is that while we may not be able to prevent him from visiting again, his movements will be much more closely scrutinized from now on. And I doubt that if he's already been caught in such a bind as to have his butler executed for a monster, regardless of whether it was an impostor or not, we can assure that rumors are spread that his reputation won't be left so spotless as he would like.
Kai nods. I think there was a moment on Kai's face where it was so subtle, like just his eyelid became a bit more heavy in a more like dark way. In with that news, it satisfies him, but Kai doesn't make expressions, so it's just the littlest squint of satisfaction before he closes his eyes and nods at the idea.
What's fascinating is that, of course, Warforged don't traditionally have facial muscles, so we just have two very stone-faced
Yeah.
characters literally sitting across from each other making no facial expressions.
Almost entirely motionless. I think probably Contact it has more gestures than Kai does.
Yes. She does.
You guys are cute.
I think, yeah, so I will follow it up. You can bring me evidence that supports your claims. I can give you more information.
Certainly. What are your areas of interest?
As I said, I'm interested in scrubbing this group from Rigoport, wherever their stains may remain, or may attempt to return. Bring me any evidence that you're actually capable of that, and I will give you more knives against them.
I shall see what we can do. If you would like to speak to me again, just pass the word along to Vise. She is a very reliable friend of mine in the underworld.
Kai nods. Was there anything you wanted from me other than information?
Information is the most powerful weapon in the world.
Gives a little incline of his head of agreement.
And besides, our role is to set traps, not to wage wars. You cannot hunt your quarry if you do not know the scent.
Show me a set trap, and I'll teach you how to make more.
It will take some time.
And you may also speak to Vise when you wish to speak to me.
She nods.
I think we can call this an agreeable arrangement.
Kai nods.
I'm sure this will not be our last conversation. Have a good evening.
I think Kai might wait for her to go, with a little nod
Yeah.
of his head.
She puts her hood up, stands up, and walks away from the table.
He arches a bit of an eyebrow at her. Like, interesting development. And then he'll pick himself up from the table and take his own leave. I don't know if I
Would
can
you
do...
like to?
Yeah, what?
Would you like to do a perception check to see if you can follow where she went?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could, like, do one last check on her.
Yeah, sure, roll.
Up a 10.
Unfortunately, she rolled a natural 20
That would be hard to beat, but that
And-
makes sense.
and has completely vanished, like, seconds after you took her eyes off her.
I think that almost, like, reassures Kai a little bit. Like, okay, you're not all just talk, sitting across from me, making stuff up. You've got some,
Nope.
some skill. You snuck up on me and snuck away, and I've laid out a carrot and a stick if you
Yep.
want to get in contact with me again.
Yep.
Kai will pull up his own hood and head back to Regal, or Salvage. Back to
Yeah.
the ferry of Regalport to Salvage.
Holy moly.
Can I stop by Willow's in the evening?
Oh.
Yeah.
Are
I am waiting for your text.
the lights on?
Probably.
Yep. So, knock knock.
What time is it, by the way?
9-ish.
Okay. Yeah, I'm awake. Alright, I'll answer the door.
And it's not N, it's Meraldine. How does Will react?
Wow.
You're the worst! No, shit. I should have perception checked, but I'm so sure it's you guys at this stage. Do you have the end gate?
You didn't see me walk up. I'm just standing there.
No, like the sound. I'm such a dumbass. Why did I just open my door to people?
Well, and like emulated, like body copied Meraldine before, from the body double
Yeah.
from Meraldine before. So I think,
No, I know.
and had used the gate. Knows you have ears. Knows you have very special ears. So probably used the Meraldine gate as part of the disguise. At least what they remember of
Yeah.
it.
Make a perception check and make a deception check.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
wow.
about right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to ask a question because it seems...
Yes.
I think that Willow might have been either way, I didn't perceive right. But I'm imagining like Willow maybe was expecting N. Like maybe I just opened the door like N's gonna show up.
Someone
Yeah.
taller than N
You
is
were
standing there.
You were like, maybe that's N and Audrey thing?
Yeah, like I just imagine Willow wasn't really thinking about it. Like I just opened
Yeah.
the door, but I'm like, is that in character? Probably. They've got a lot to think about lately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they have. And like you know N was out, and they probably sent a message like heading home or like everything's cool.
Probably. I feel like N would send the texts of where I'm at, where I'm leaving, because again, N is very particular about people that they trust knowing where they are.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then know this. I feel like everything is in place for Willow to be like, okay, N's on their way back. Oh, a knock at the door, that must be N. And like while they're in the middle of making stuff, they're clearly like inventing or they're noodling around, they're eating the bread, whatever.
Yeah.
Like eating the chips. Again, you know what? I'm gonna say Willow's holding their bag of chips. Again, what remains when they open the door and it's the same jump of like, and then just cassava chips all over the floor again. Of realizing Miraldine's at my door. I was just thinking about plans with her as well as everything else that's happening. Varys's letter, my replacement in salvage, Bruno's nice words, my friends, whatever Bruno said to the freaking Eleanor before. And then Miraldine shows up. Willow, genuinely you see the look of like shock horror on their face. Like, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, Gil Gasket. I hear you've been snooping around my ship, darling. So, is that like you
Willow, make an insight check.
I think I just killed
Otherwise,
Willow.
we're about to roll initiative.
Literally.
You are 100% convinced Miraldine is here.
Oh my god! Wait, let me,
Does Fish Dog recognize N as N?
Can I just slam the door shut on you?
Yes.
Please. Yeah,
Willow slams the door in your face.
Yep.
I think.
Are you gonna get in the way of it? Does this have to be a strength test? Because
No,
I will cram my whole shoulder against it.
I think N sees the like pure panic in your eyes, and then the door shuts, and they've got their answer at that point.
Yeah.
So I think after you slam the door, you hear Miraldine start laughing, and that laugh starts to change pitch until it becomes N's laugh.
Oh my god. Willow is like full shoulder against the door while their brain is overclocking, thinking of how to process this, how to work with this, how to roll with this, how to adapt to this, and nothing is coming up. How does she know where I live? How does she find this out? Does she know about the elemental? Oh my god, she's here to sink my boat. Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. And then like you're just like hearing your laugh filter in from outside. Willow's like panicked stillness while they like press against the door, like settles into like, you motherfucker. Like in Willow stiffly, sharply opens the door again.
And like
completely deadpan
shrinks
at you.
back a little bit, like totally expecting for that door to open and for them to be just attacked, something thrown at them. At least punched.
I'm going to make Fish Dog bonk against you. Like just a sharp, like
Funk.
yeah, bonk against your forehead.
It's keeping you on your toes. A little too much, I think. You alright?
Willow goes back into their boat. The door is open of like, you can come in if you want, you asshole. But Willow's going to go and sit down
And we'll
at
close
their
the door
table
behind them.
looking haggard.
You've just had such a shot of adrenaline. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Just wanted to see how
Fully
you'd react
slugged
to a surprise.
Badly.
Oh, I'm hoping you
Obviously.
might be a little more prepared when you're on board her ship.
Ooh.
Just in case she walks in on you there, too.
Willow's not going to explain this to you. Willow's just massaging their brow now they have like a stress headache. They're going to gesture to the kettle in a way of like, can you boil water, you asshole?
Yes,
Can you make tea?
and we'll make you some tea. That's the least they can do.
Just while they settle down from this. Oh my god. You don't even... Varys literally just sent me a letter being
And
like, much to
doesn't know
discuss. I'm preparing for pirates to come knocking at my door at any moment now. Not
No,
hello.
man. I'm sorry. And we'll make you some soothing tea and serve it to you.
And my freaking chips on the floor. I think Willow just dropped the bag at the door.
Anne can fetch the bag and like return to you the chips that did not spill.
If you approach the table with tea and chips, Willow will consider that a peace offering
apology.
and will ask you now, how did the meeting go?
Well, tell me, Willow, have you heard of the what are they called? The Regalport rat catchers?
The prince's rat catcher.
The Prince's rat catchers, thank you.
What a lame name. I love it.
It reminds
cool
me
name.
of Dishonored, so I love it.
It reminds me of Del Toro
It's
Quest, which is
mad.
why I love it.
Great, we all have a positive,
Why is it lame? It's
positive
freaking
association.
awesome.
So did Willow know them? The Prince rat catchers?
Make a history
Rat
check.
catchers?
Willow, with their still massaging their head, is now gonna pop open an eye and think about it.
No, you don't think so.
Ooh.
Then again, you've kind of made a point to avoid Regalport for the most part.
Willow's going to like kind of massage their head, and you can see from the little like skew of their mouth that it's a no. That they're going to like offer back to N. What extermination crew? What is this?
Something of the sort. How did she describe herself? Like, their group. People who... Go ahead, Zeke.
I believe the phrasing was they keep a finger on the scale against those who would want to unbalance it and keep vermin from infesting Regalport.
Yeah, so N will repeat that back to Willow verbatim. And apparently I met with one of their contacts today.
What was their name?
Contact.
Willow gives you another long look of like, is this another freaking prank?
They're a Warforged. She is a Warforged.
Named contact.
Named Contact.
Willow goes back to massaging your head. Okay.
And
Okay,
she and her group appear to have a vested interest in keeping people like the Snapdragons out of Regalport.
No affiliation with House Thorani or the Sea Dragons that you know of.
Considering they're called the Prince's Rat Catchers, I feel like Ryger probably knows about them.
Everyone benefits from the prince having a rat catcher, especially if it keeps the boat afloat.
You'd think so.
Oh.
But that's probably not the last time I'll meet with her, so yes, I can always pry. We played our cards pretty close to the chest for our first encounter, but she has some idea of who I was chasing. Apparently I was being pretty closely watched while I was investigating Tarek's murder.
Willow gives a little like wrinkle of the nose at that. Have you told them that you were that she was disguised as a port authority?
And probably will.
Yeah. Just details like that Willow would want to know.
Yeah,
while
and
musing
will-
about it.
And might muse about like how she was watching them that Anne knows of,
Mm.
and what she listed off
No.
as knowing, like she knows all my primary personas.
Oof.
And
Man,
Kai
and
to
Kai,
Audrey.
if Kai was the last one, then Kai was met today.
Yep.
But no, Kai via V's.
Yeah,
Okay.
she didn't. One thing N notes is that she didn't mention the name N, just Castor, and that doesn't rule out that she knows N's N name, but
Mm.
she didn't put that forward.
And you feel, well, rather you felt safe enough to come back, I'm assuming, so not
She seemed more
not
concerned
known
about
in the bad way.
me following her than her following me.
Who was just folding their arms, sitting back and thinking. don't know anything about this.
I asked her for
But that's
proof. She was what she said she was. She gives it to me, I'll give her more. For now, she knows about the silver pins. She knows people with the silver pins are a threat to Regoport.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully. I couldn't detect any particular deceit at the time, but I'm not all that experienced at reading Warforged, frankly.
Willow's deep in thought. There, so Prince's Ratcatchers. That's interesting. Willow doesn't say that. Willow's just thinking. And I think they're tapping probably one of the pieces of the chessboard on it. Just like a new piece from the side of the board. That they're going to idly place next to one of the other pawns. Just with a shrug.
Yeah.
Willow will do a quick detect magic on you just to see. Just out of habit. Though I don't think anything has been cast on you.
Nope, nothing new.
Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else to ask. Can I do like a... No, I guess not. I was going to say intelligence check, but then I think that's just my history in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else can kind of be inferred from just what she's said and what N has counted.
Yep.
I think Willow will ask, after musing about that and probably sharing all the information you got just then?
Yeah. I don't think N would have hidden anything, so just assume you know everything that you could have gleaned from the conversation that N Kai had.
Yeah, so Willow's going to say, so despite you showing up as her, nothing about Captain Meraldine?
Nothing about Captain Meraldine.
Up front.
Up front. That wasn't the topic of our conversation. She didn't come up. Iger didn't come up. Other than the Prince's rat catchers, nothing about the princes came up. Or the sea dragons. Just a vested interest in keeping vermin out of Regalport.
And a question to Zeke, specifically Regalport?
Yes.
Okay, now that's important. Alright. Hey. Damn. Alright. Okay, King's Dark Lanterns, Prince's Ratcatchers.
No, don't worry, I've made the connection.
yeah, don't worry. Willow has two. It's just like, okay. Okay, factions, another faction. So yeah, Willow's gonna place that chess piece down, and then I think upon saying that, we'll then mention, then I suppose I have no reason not to break into her ship tomorrow.
And gives a shrug. Guess not. Figured that's why you'd want to know. My earliest convenience.
Thank you. Not for your method of delivery, but...
When you say that, like a smile snaps on Hen's face that they can't repress.
Yeah, I know.
I promise not to do it again. Unless you need me to be Meraldine for any reason.
Not that I know of. Not yet. Thank you.
And does a little, like, gesture with their hand outward and bow.
Yeah, so annoying. I imagine you just kind of chat the rest of the time until you have to go back.
Yeah.
I think Willow will try and get an early night, so they're not going to accompany you back.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's fidgety night, though. Thank you, N, for setting me on edge and reminding me how nervous I am about Captain Meraldine.
You're welcome.
I almost said Prince.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, and we'll turn back to the poppy. I don't know if Luca's still awake.
He always
Depends
waits
what
up
time
here.
they come home. Yeah, he does tend to wait for Willow
anyone.
Wow.
I said anyone.
No,
Ah.
I heard you. That was my reaction to that. You poor lonely boy. Yeah, but I think if he's still up, and we'll also inform him, about who they met.
Luca listens patiently.
Just to like assure Luca that I wasn't attacked emotionally or otherwise. And I was not recruited to do something morally apprehensible.
Oh, he seems relieved with that.
Yeah. In fact, it seemed kind of encouraging, and this
Yeah.
gonna wait for more evidence that this is what it seems to be. They're not one to buy a story immediately, but they had no reason to withhold at that point.
And if it is what it seems like, that's great.
Yeah. It would help. It would get the job done.
I think we call it a night there.
Yeah.
Luca,
Oh my god, me.
Oh no.
can you roll me a little wisdom saving throw, please?
I hope you fail.
Same, bro. Damn.
Oh, you win.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Cool. In which case, you are dreaming of taking care of your steed after a long day of riding, brushing out the
Aw.
coat, making sure it's fed and watered. When you feel a pair of hands, small, soft, close over your eyes, and a little whisper, "Guess who?"
Do I know who this is?
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh. Oh.
Feels familiar.
Hmm. Hmm. We have small hands, so N?
You hear a little laugh and say, "Who's that?" Still holding hands over your eyes.
I'll put my hands over their hands and like slowly pull them back slightly and like just look at their hands to see if I recognize them.
Small and sort of a light pale pink.
Hmm.
Short nails, a little bit calloused, a little bit sooty almost.
Hmm. Ooh, I'll turn around and try and see who it is.
Make another wisdom saving throw. You turn around, and in the glow of lantern light, you can see the short, dark reddish auburn hair and the pouty, trying not to smile mouth of someone you hold very dear. And they say, "You didn't guess."
Feel like I'm in this moment, or do I feel like I'm dreaming?
You feel like you're dreaming-ish. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. My mind must have been somewhere else. I'm sorry.
You feel the warmth of a body draw close to you, and a hand ruffling your hair. And you hear the person say, "Don't think too hard."
I don't think we have to worry about that.
Wouldn't want you to cook your brain out.
You'll have enough for the both of us.
And you feel a kiss on your cheek before they start to pull away again. What do you do?
No, I'll hold them very close. Scoop them up into a hug.
You turn to scoop this person into a hug, and you wake up holding your blankets.
Ooh, do I remember? When I wake up, do I remember?
Make a wisdom save.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
You think you remember something.
Yeah.
You think you remember something. You remember hair,
Small hands.
small hands, pale.
Pale hands. Pale skin. They.
She, they, maybe?
Maybe they were nice. They were nice.
You were close.
Luca stands up and darts to his desk and starts scribbling down everything he can remember on just the first page he can find in his journal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
They kiss me. On the cheek. That's nice. That's friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you spend an hour going meticulously over your notes and racking your mind. Make one more intelligence check.
Come on, Luca.
oh.
You don't get any more details from
Okay.
it. And the more you go over it, the more it feels like the dream is starting to slip away, and you're inventing details or trying to come up with something, and then you sort of shake your head and stop.
Yeah, I think Luca is used to the feeling of trying to force out details
Yeah.
and knowing when it's time to stop and accept that you've got everything you can from that.
Yeah.
But there's still stuff on the page, and that's huge.
Yeah. And it was, I will say, it was the presence of the steed that seemed to bring back this memory.
Yeah.
You're a horse girl, Luca.
It's the action of grooming a steed after a long day that sort of brought that memory to the surface.
Yeah. That was... Oh my gosh. And that dark fur on the steed, whatever it was. It was my elk, but I don't know. I think it wasn't. I can't really remember.
Yeah.
I think Luca
Okay.
might not be down to breakfast first, which might be surprising.
No. I think Ed might
Yeah.
chalk that up to you've been training late with Nereus for days on
Mm.
end. Maybe you just need extra sleep.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, 21st.
How you doing, Willow?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
you.
That's good to you.
Oh,
You're
me.
bright and early with the Meraldine adrenaline still in your veins.
You know what? Willow's waking up, and they are focused, getting all their stuff together quite meticulously,
Mhm.
but in the same way, trying not to be so meticulous that they make themselves more anxious than they are. If anything,
Yes.
and arriving as Meraldine last night helped to get a bit of the energy out, which I think is
Yeah.
useful because Willow is nervous about this. This isn't easily done, despite how blasé they are about it. It's that they
Yeah.
are breaking into a sea dragon ship. There is a lot riding on this, and just the letter from Varys yesterday puts that into perspective as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like just how close everything is. Willow's really spinning plates here, but I feel like they are trying to keep themselves as calm as possible as they will head out to Regalport rather early, to basically sit and keep watch for a prime opportunity to get onto the boat when it docks.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and I will say they have a few new gadgets that they made over the past few days. I think if you were seeing montage, you would have seen Willow kind of like shuffling along the beach. It's not a sandy beach, huh? It's like a pebbly beach.
Mm-hmm.
They would have
It's like mixed pebbles and sand.
Yeah, Willow. Just if anyone looks over, they see Willow kind of shuffling along the beach, picking up rocks. En's little stint with Meraldine wasn't the only revelation they had recently. Actually, En's little book farscribe thing kind of reminded Willow of something else they could do, especially now that their crossbow no longer needs bolts. That skill would probably be more useful going towards something else, but see how that pans out. Either way, decked out with all their new stuff, but dressed rather modestly, as in like as a worker. Willow's going to head to Regalport and scope out the Silver Dancer.
All right. Make a perception check. Good. So, you arrive bright and early. You see when the Silver Dancer docks, bit past dawn. And you watch and wait as you see Meraldine head off into a cab and into Regalport. And the officers of the crew, the bosun, the mate, etc., all sort of tell like those who have leave today to spend their time and be back at a certain hour, and the rest to go about their chores. And it looks like they are not expecting Captain Meraldine back for quite some time.
Okay. No time like now, then.
Yeah.
Is it looking busy?
Only moderately. I will bring you to the map of the Silver Dancer.
Okay. Oh, this feels quite serious now.
I'm excited for you and scared, but
Thanks. Boy, oh boy.
I'm gonna poop for you. I'm gonna poop for me. Like, a lot happening right now.
Oh yeah. Thank you. I guess. The mirror, the window at the captain's quarters. Basically, it's broken, not easily broken into. Yeah.
No.
Okay. So alright. That alone has changed my earlier plans, and that's okay.
I'm just gonna paste you into the corner here.
boop.
Alright.
Just so you're on the page.
Yep.
Yep.
Although I do think my scheming will actually start a little bit further back.
Yeah, this is just to have you on the map.
Oh no, that was just me transitioning into another sentence.
Okay.
All right. Just go through my notes. For the gangplank is out still.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone near the gangplank. That's fine. And the entrance to the captain's quarters, Luca so lovingly made a map for me.
Yeah.
On the...
It's about here.
There, okay.
So.
And you get there through... So the middle landing on the forecastle and quarterdeck, is that like the flat part of the boat that's outdoors?
Yes, the white unlined part is basically this center part of the main deck. Just that there's like no walls, so this is like open to below sort of thing.
Yep. Gotcha. And those stairs are going up?
Yes.
Okay. Smallest bit being the down part. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I think while Willow is somewhere else, whether it's on their porch, because I do imagine them watching from that perch from before.
Yes.
I think while they're there, Willow is going to cast invisibility.
Okay. Fantastic. So you cast invisibility on yourself. You are able to stealth with advantage.
Which I already had, but
yes, but they have disadvantage on perceiving you.
Yes. So stacking.
Yeah. So
I will say, Kez, say what it looks like.
Just roll. Yes, please do.
So when you guys saw Willow use the disguise self, it was kind of like a projection of features on them, or like of little shifts. It's kind of like there's like a little layer around them that is magical in its entirety, and that changes. And that was kind of ramshackle. But invisibility is that same process, but instead of the lights making features, it's kind of like looks like it's reflecting what's right next to them until the point that their whole body is covered. The last thing to go is their glasses. So it's like their whole body gets this kind of like patchwork
Shimmery,
reflection of everything happening.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
like in that they become invisible, and then their glasses just pop the last thing to kind of show a little reflection of white light and then fade into the rest of it. And then Willow will start.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Stealth?
Yes.
Cool. I'm not nervous. I am nervous, but only a healthy amount. Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. And we'll also keep initiative, so.
Okay. That's good.
I believe in you.
I do too.
Yeah, so. Cool. The crew would have advantage on keeping a lookout, but because you are invisible, they have disadvantage, so it cancels out to a flat roll. You are able to move your full movement. I imagine you're just doing like as far as you can go.
Let me see. Yeah, pretty much. Even if it needs, as far as possible. Is there anything I can use to make me move a little faster? Nothing worth using.
No, not right now. I think it's literally just hold your breath and keep going.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. You're continue up. I would like you to make one more stealth check with advantage.
Yep. Can I ask a question too? Are there any surrounding ships in the harbor?
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. Stealthy. Oh.
Yeah. There is no chance of them seeing you, but I will roll anyway. for due diligence.
Oh, I love it
Yeah.
here.
You beat it by 10. You are in the captain's quarters.
Yes.
Wow.
That took nothing.
Yes.
You're
I just
invisible.
walked on. I'm
You
invisible.
literally just walked on.
And it's the most
Invisibility is
handsome
great.
thing.
Nice.
Wow,
Yeah.
Willow. Wow.
Save it. Save it. All right. So I can go straight to the captain's quarters on my
Yes.
20, which is
Yes.
Here? or is it here?
It's this room.
The back one?
Yeah.
Oh my lord. What does it look like? Like, okay, so is this little entrance here like that little lobby area? Not lobby, but like the little space.
So
Like, what are we
this
looking at?
this room here is, I believe, the helm. Yes.
Which
So
one? That one?
this area here.
It's not showing me.
This
I'm
one.
not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, I was on the wrong layer. So this is the helm. This is the captain's quarters at the back here.
Cool.
There's another layer on top of this deck above, which has some ballista above it.
Mhm.
But I didn't draw it because you don't need to go there.
Yes, hopefully. I opened fire on Regalport from the Silver Dancer. No.
No. Okay, so
I will do an Arcana or maybe just investigation check. Even
give me
before
a perception check for the room.
Okay.
The door is unlocked.
Oh, nice.
And not protected.
We
by
just see the
anything,
door
so-
open and close with nothing there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Ooh,
Nice.
Good. Very good. So, the quarters of Merilene Frostrude are clean and well appointed, made airy by the presence of large bay windows behind the desk, which is in the center of the room. There are shelves, charts, other official accoutrement. A built-in bed with storage is tucked into a corner with behind a dividing curtain for privacy. So that's about here, in this corner. There is also a safe built into one of the bookshelves, one of the shelves that is lining the area. The desk looks like it can be moved around to be made into like a dining table. So if she ever hosts people here, that sort of thing.
All right. Okay. So she left on a cab. So she has at least a cab's worth of distance away, which gives me a suitable amount of time because I've gotten here so quick.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of safe is it?
Give me an investigation check.
Can I bring Fish Dog for advantage?
Yes.
Or is this just me?
Which infusions do you have active?
Good point. Wait, so I have yes.
I'm assuming you have your pockets active.
Yes, I need my pockets. I don't. Ooh, I didn't bring
Okay.
Fish Dog?
No.
Oh shit, I forgot.
It's either you
I'm
don't bring your
meticulous.
pockets or you don't bring Fish Dog.
Well, I mean, I could have disassembled my pockets. I think that was my original plan, because I want Fish Dog here.
Yeah.
And I don't intend to steal anything from her.
Okay.
So sorry. Yes. Funny, I was like, Willow's meticulously planning. Mim, however, forgot Willow's plan that I wrote down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
It
intended
happens.
to use. Wow, I don't have my pockets. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
No pockets.
I can easily bring
Fish
that
Dog is
back.
just in like a bag.
Or a
Oh my
regular
God, yeah,
pocket.
true. I
You
think
have
Fish Dog
those.
might even. Yeah, true. How would I hold Fish Dog subtly?
In a bag that's on you, because everything you're
In a
wearing or
satchel.
carrying, in the
Yeah.
satchel
Yeah, it
will
goes invisible.
turn invisible with you.
Okay,
so.
cool. I have a little satchel then, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring Fish Dog out then for advantage
Okay.
purposes. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah,
Let me
make
investigation.
yes. So Surface, what you can see is that it is a Kundarak built safe. You know this will be secured by an arcane lock spell, so it will be very difficult to pick, and it will likely alert whoever it belongs to if it is opened without the code. There is a 4-digit passcode on this style of safe that uses any of the numbers from 0 to 9, and it is one of those like rolling dials.
Mhm. Will it alert the caster or will it alert the owner of the safe?
Owner of the safe.
Okay.
So it would alert Meraldine that she is being robbed.
Okay.
But there are other things to investigate as well, such as the desk and the bed has storage. There's also like general little decorative treasures belonging to the captain in here, but I imagine that's not really what you're interested in.
No,
Especially
I am
since
curious
you're-
what they are just for the sake of
Yeah.
it, but no, I am not stealing her shit.
Yeah, it's stuff like trinkets, possibly like a mounted fish of some kind, like a rare fish, turtle shell sort of thing. You know, pirate treasures.
Yes.
Stuff that makes good display. So, where would you like to look at? The desk or the bed?
Desk, please.
Okay. The desk has locking drawers. They do not seem to be magically protected.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let that 18 and 19 ride for a bit.
Cool. I have
s-
thieves tools.
Yes, so you can pick the locks.
Might as well. Yep.
Is Fish Dog
Mhm.
helping you?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, easy peasy. You open the locks and look through the contents of the desk. So there's obviously like writing supplies and other stationery, but they're more of interest are the logs and manifest of the Silver Dancer in general. So listing crew, payments, ports visited, navigational details, upkeep of the ship, so on and so forth. Captain's log type things. Not necessarily a diary, but just like sort of official record keeping of the ship itself.
Yep.
This dates back about 18 months or so. So the beginning of the previous year. So 19...
97.
997,
997?
yes. Yes.
9999.
That's next year.
So 997. Okay. How long do I recall how long she's been captain? Did we know that?
Seems to be about 3 years.
She has been captain for about 3 years.
Yeah, that
Yes.
lines up with the information I have.
So there was a
It
log
looks like
before
she's-
this, but
Yes, it looks like this log is sort of about to be filled up and changed over to the next one.
okay.
There's a few more pages here of, so it's almost due time of changing over.
Mhm. Is
There's
the cap-
also sort of general correspondence between Meraldine and the other captains of the Sea Dragons.
Ooh, I'd be interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
Which ones mainly?
The named ones, there's also probably some that we have not met yet, so some that are not necessarily high society that are like, hey, so-and-so, I will be at this and this port. I hope this letter finds you well. The sort of practical correspondence that is required to coordinate a fleet nation at sea, basically.
Yeah. So this is all business for the most part.
Mm-hmm. You can give me
can I
an
know-
investigation check for the letters or the log
Yes, please.
if you're looking for something in particular.
Yeah, I am just looking. Like, I think Willow's going to find them all first, and then sort of try and pry a little more. into where any specific standout details that might catch my eye.
Ooh, okay. So you're just doing a general look over for things, or is there
For the
anything specific you're looking for in these
For the captain's
notes?
log, sorry, I'm curious about where she's going and where she's been, like that kind of stuff. No, sorry, where she's going, where she's been, rather.
Yes.
Like what?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Silver Dancer has mostly been trading up and down the west coast of Corvair, with I think the farthest being maybe stopping over at a port on the northern shore of Karnath to like sell trade goods and that sort of thing. Again, the Silver Dancer is a merchant vessel.
Yeah.
So imported goods from the principalities and so on tend to be its main cargo.
I'd be curious about how does she write? Is it all just very business Excel spreadsheet type?
Yes, these logs appear to be purely business.
Yeah, like ledgers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Some captains like to seem to flare up their logs a bit, but hers strikes me as a table log.
Yeah.
Any interesting repairs having to be done? Like, not repairs. Any interesting standout things, like outliers?
I think there might have been like a couple passengers who were on the ship briefly. So there's like a note. I would say at the beginning of the log is that there were some passengers that she briefly brought along for like maybe a month or two voyage from one port in the principalities to another. Which is not uncommon, but it looks like that's not really a thing that the Silver Dancer is equipped for. She's not a passenger ship. So it looks like somebody paid special to be like, hey, can I do this can you take me along for this journey?
Okay. So our special paid stowaways tickets. Not actual stowaway, just
yeah.
Okay. What else can be found in a captain's log that I should pay attention to?
I will say that she runs a tight ship, and the accounts of the Silver Dancer seem to be entirely in the black.
Nice. Until
there's like maybe one month or so that it like is getting dangerously close to the red, which was probably like some repairs or like a bad storm had done some damage, or it was a not a very successful lot of cargo or something was damaged like that.
Rats aboard the vessel, perhaps. You need the princess rat catchers. I'm kidding. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's about all you get from the logs.
Okay. Letters?
Do I
have to roll again?
letters. Yeah, let's no, actually let's keep going because there's other places to investigate.
Yeah.
Letters. This all seems to be like pretty casual above board stuff. I think there's like I think the majority of her correspondence, like the longest sets of letters, are probably from Captain Laetila Feruz, like where it seems like they're actually talking about everyday happenings, like they're actually getting into some personal details. The others, it seems like mostly superficial niceties. but it is important as being part of a captain of a fleet is to keep good relationships with your fellow captains.
Be polite
You
in
don't
your work
want
emails.
Yeah. It's not just like be polite in your work emails. It's like chat at the water cooler type thing.
Yeah.
But obviously, when you're at sea, it's easier to do that in writing.
Yes. Rather than yelling at each other from boats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's
yes,
cool.
it seems like she has a pretty good correspondence with most of the other captains. But like she's definitely, you would say, only Latila is in the friend category.
Yeah.
The others are work acquaintances or colleagues.
Yeah.
And as a reminder, this is not Meryldene's. This is not letters from Meryldeene. This is letters to her.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question about Latila. What kind of stuff does she complain about in her letters? Like, what kind of personal stuff does she talk about? I'm not trying to go out of my way to pry, but like when Willow's skimming, I imagine they're going to see some of the.
Yeah. I think it's the usual woes of being an escort vessel for Orion trade fleets. Latila is more of a fighter than Meryldeene is, it seems. And talks about like getting into a tussle with a rival fleet or like a other pirates, because while there are while the principalities are known for their pirate fleets, there are also like land-based pirates, like from Kubara or Dargoon or whatever that are like that go with people. So I think you see like one throwaway line of Latila complaining about needing a jacket repaired because of a sword fight that she got into.
That's cute. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I think.
But it seems like everything is above board in the desk.
Okay. Storage time, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Pardon me in advance.
Yeah. So you see that the storage under the bed has a lock. Give me another thieves' tools check.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah, cool. It's like it wasn't even there. And give me an investigation check.
No fish dog?
Yeah, fish dog.
Yes, fish dog? Oh.
Yes. Question: are you like digging through stuff or just looking?
Look, I'll look at first, but if I see nothing from a look, then I'll dig.
Okay. Well, the top layer of the storage contains like clothes, jewelry, makeup. You like dig around. It doesn't appear like there's any captain's log or anything, diary. No, nothing of that. So you keep looking, and you find that there is a false bottom. And that does appear to contain private materials. There's some correspondence. There's some nondescript shapes kept in a silk drawstring bag. What are you looking at?
What was the thing you said before? The nondescript shapes in a silk drawstring bag? Sorry, that occupied my entire brain.
Letters. Personal letters. it appears.
Letters. You know what? Willow's eyes alight upon that bag, but they will look at the letters first.
Cool.
I guess.
So.
I don't want to touch anything yet.
Cool. So the top letters appear to be love letters
Oh dear. To Tarek?
from Tarek.
From Tarek. All of them?
How closely? Well, are you touching them? Because you said you weren't.
I didn't say I wasn't. I said if the opportunity arose that I would, but like, can I do a quick glance? Like, can my investigation check tell me nothing in here is charmed? It's just
Yeah, it does
the
not
lock was the
appear.
only thing.
Yeah, it does not appear that there is any magical security on this in particular.
Okay, look, I'll look through the letters. I would try not to read them, but like, can I just check they're all from Tarek?
There are. Give me another investigation check.
No fish dog or fish dog?
I think fish dog can't read, so no fish dog.
Need to fix that. Oh my gosh!
Okay. So you quickly skim through the ones that are from Tarek. I think you unfortunately you are a person who can read, so you do catch a line or two that maybe you don't want to remember, but it's there now.
Okay.
Nothing that is safe for stream.
I love cucumbers.
I
Anyway.
push you by the face out of this conversation. Yep.
But in amongst those, there are a couple of sheets of papers that seem to be like almost nonsensical recipes for something. It's like you're unsure if it's like food or like glue or something. It's weird and nonsensical, and as you like read over them, you can see that there are like specific spelling mistakes that are littered throughout that keep reappearing. And on a 22 investigation check, you can determine that these nonsense recipes are actually encoded messages of some kind.
Am I privy to this code breaker of these, or is it just the bits and bobs?
You can tell that they are encoded, but you do not have a cipher key. And it would take you a significant amount of time to actually break this.
Yeah. Can I jot it down regardless? In whatever way? Or is it too much?
I think there's too much here. These are like long pages worth of recipes.
Okay.
Fish dog. Can fish dog take photos and print them, or was it just printing
No.
like little things?
It
He
was
made
it was
Fishdog
like
take a transcription once.
Yeah, he can take a Fishdog can transcribe and like do like receipts, but it's only spoken language. Fishdog
Okay,
can't actually
okay.
read.
Okay.
Can I
Fishdog
talk
is
to
not a
Fishdog and
camera.
make it take a transcript?
Yes. Roll another stealth check.
Do I want to do that?
Maybe at the end.
Yeah, no, I was thinking maybe after. I think before we get into that, maybe Willow's going to think, okay, I don't know how to get past this cipher. I just found out details about undergarments that I did not want to read, actually. So I'm going to probably look at the silk bag now.
Make a perception check. Definitely adult toys.
Oh!
Yeah, I was like, why are you doing that?
Willow faces them down. Okay.
Yeah.
Willow puts them back in the back of the drawer and then like pauses. No, wait, they weren't there.
it back
I'm going
where
to
you
have to
found.
place this where I found it exactly. Yeah, damn, I really should have clicked about that earlier. I was just like, okay.
Is she
yeah,
hiding
no
any
worries.
secrets in her toy bag? Nope.
Willow opens the bag and then, without pausing, closes the drawstring of the bag, drops it immediately, and pushes it back into the storage thing. And then the rest of the time when they're holding it, it's just by the drawstring. Like, very...
Oh,
They just... Look, their mind is on something else, okay? This is not another potent lover moment. Well, now it is, apparently. I'm always privy to this stuff.
Why does this always happen to you?
Wow, gee, I wonder why snooping in somebody's underwear drawer would find...
You put it there! I didn't want to find it! I thought maybe it was treasures. Well, they are treasures. Anyway, this is not the point.
Depends who you are.
Okay. Alright, so the cipher. So I have the safe still. And I have the cipher. If I break into the safe, then Miraldine knows I'm here. But does she then know to alert her crew to come kill me? Or is it just that she's going to make her way home from wherever she is? Which is fine. I still have time within then to speak aloud the cipher to myself and potentially be caught by her crew anyway, right? So, like, I could try to break into the safe first, possibly alert her, and then cipher the note while she's running to kill me. Or I could do the note first and just trust that my stealth might not kill me yet. Or I could not break into the safe at all. But that seems like a waste. And I did just boast about breaking into a Kondarak safe. I haven't yet in my life, but I could now. Today could be the day.
You could also
I
sit
could
and
just
wait.
steal the stuff.
her stuff.
I could just steal this cipher thing.
Oh.
Not my stuff!
Yeah.
That is placed away! If I'm stealing anything from here, it's that fish on the wall. Or something for Varys.
The whole ship.
A piece of wood from the boat. Anyway, hey guys, mind theater time.
Yeah, we can talk in meta.
No, you control this hellscape. I'm talking to the party.
I thought it was pretty obvious.
I'm not talking about that anymore. I'm saying safe or cipher.
I feel like a cipher is easier to destroy. Whereas whatever's in the safe probably has some, like, physical attribute that makes it something worth protecting. Like, you put a diamond in a safe, and a diamond is hard to break. Whereas an encoded message is easy to get rid of.
I have no idea what that means in the context of my question.
Go for the encoded messages, because she can get rid of those, but she can't get rid of the shit in the safe because it probably it has more value that it needs to be kept away and can't just be willy-nilly thrown away.
It is here and not in the bank where she keeps the other safe stuff. It could be sentimental stuff too, but I mean, I just saw her toy bag, so
Her sentimental bag.
I guess we're beyond that. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Anyway, this is not the point.
When you go peeking into other people's stuff, there is a chance you will find their underwear drawer.
Yes, of course. I'm not above this. Everyone has underwear. Most people have underwear.
I just wish I didn't have to know about it, but...
Anyway. So, Sarah is voting to go cipher first. Rom?
Yeah.
Oh, also... Sorry, Rom, you first.
I think, I would agree cipher first. Like, you have that. This is something that you are assured is something. It's something you don't know what it is. The stuff, you don't know what's in the safe. It could be nothing to do with this.
Nothing.
Why take the first risk on that when you could take the risk on something that you are certain is a mystery?
Yeah.
And also, reading the letters and trying to decode them is much less likely to alert other people, whereas accidentally breaking the safe lock.
Surefire way. It might make a... Yeah, did we confirm it made a whole noise that would alert the whole ship, or just Meraldine?
It would alert Meraldine.
Yeah.
Still.
And,
so my thing would be, like, banking on the fact that she could end up rushing back in that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you've already decoded the messages, it doesn't matter if she's rushing back.
Or at least,
I don't
have a
think I'll
copy.
be able to
You have a
decode
copy
them,
of
I
the
just-
messages to work on later.
Yeah.
Take to my local
will-
decode.
Yeah.
guy.
Sorry,
What?
I'm a little bit distracted.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Also, I'm assuming, Willow, you have not dropped invisibility. You are still invisible and concentrating on that spell. Because why wouldn't
Yes.
you be in case anybody walks
Yeah,
in?
yeah, of course.
Oh
Oh yeah, true. So that
and you have been here for about 45 minutes, so you can feel that being 15 minutes left on the spell before you need to recast.
okay. So if I'm reading to myself, yeah, I'll read then. That just reminded me. I'm so
Okay.
used to my stealth coming from my armor that I forgot that the stealth advantage is actually from my invisibility.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I forgot that I'm a ghost upon this ship. Okay. Yep. So Willow's going to
Mm-hmm.
read aloud to Fishdog in a low
Mhm.
voice to try and get it to
Yes.
transcribe basically as much of this as they can.
Okay.
They're sort of tucked
roll.
behind Miraldine's
Yeah. Yeah.
bedding area.
Yes. There is a privacy curtain,
Yes. Yeah. Roll a what?
Stealth check with advantage. And I will roll perception for the crew.
Oh my gosh! Willow!
Wow.
Wow! No
Damn!
You
one's
are
seeing
on-
anything.
You are on your game.
Making the Rock
You-
proud.
Yeah, you quickly read through
Wait, no,
as much
John
as
Cena. Sorry.
you quickly read through what seems like one complete recipe before you feel like you've got maybe 5 minutes left of invisibility. Are you going to stay on the ship and wait for Miraldine, or are you going to leave without her knowing? You do not know when she will be back.
Unless I break into a safe and alert her.
I was just thinking.
I mean, I could also come and talk to her another day. I did just get a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
I was keen to speak to her. But I've gone thus far completely undetected.
Even regardless, having the information on the cipher might give you an advantage in a conversation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You've
Because
proven
that
you
letter
can...
might literally just say, "Yes, I am a traitor," and I'll be like, "Hey, this is a weird letter to Miraldine."
You've
like
proven
Willow
that you can
holding it
get
and reading
aboard
it.
the ship, so
Yeah,
it feels like, you can take this information and let it percolate, come back stronger than just rushing it. But again, my tagline is patience, so...
it's kind of a group tagline.
Yeah. Oh, I'm deep in thought at the moment.
Smell toast.
What?
In that case, I think I'm going to cut away from this scene as
Oh.
Willow decides what to do, and we will briefly focus the camera on Miraldine as she waits outside of the operating theater, where another attempt is being made at retrieving Tarek Elham's eyes. We see her keeping an eye on the clock, fingers drumming on her lap as she sits. When finally a Jurasco nurse comes out and gives her the good news. The operation was a success.
Ah! Ah!
And they will be able to perform the resurrection ritual on Tarek Elham with his eyes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey. I have an idea.
And Miraldine nods. a tiny, tiny bit of relief in her shoulders, but it's not over yet. There's still every chance that everything could go wrong. She's merely stacked the deck in her favor for now.
Okay, so I think back on the boat, Willow can feel the end of their invisibility spell happening. They have a little bit of time left.
Mhm.
Does Meraldine have stationery on the table?
Yeah.
I also have Fishdog, which leaves... Can Fishdog leave transcriptions? Yes, Fishdog can leave typed out transcriptions that don't leave my...
Yes. Handwriting.
Okay. Yes. Willow's going to speak aloud to Fishdog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, just double checking my idiocy. Willow's going to speak aloud to Fishdog and say, Captain Frostroot, pardon the intrusion. I am very interested in seeing what happens next. If you would mind getting in touch with me at your earliest convenience. Regards, Gil.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say Gil at the end?
You might as well.
She's not going to know who to contact if you don't give some sort of indication.
And then Willow's going to place that in the middle of her desk, and on top of that, place something from their pocket that looks like... It kind of looks almost like a pocket watch. It's got a smooth sort of golden surface, and it's around the shape of a pocket watch. It has a thing on it that looks like it can connect to a chain. When Willow pops it open, inside there is like a polished stone. But then they close it, check that it's all working, and then place it on the table. And now they'll leave.
I see.
Roll me one last stealth check as advantage to leave the Silver Dancer undetected.
Be hilarious if you fail now, just as an aside.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'll roll perception. You are scot-free.
Undetected.
Oh, yeah.
A perfect infiltrator.
Yeah!
So incredibly handsome of you.
Oh my god. I was about to say, can you imagine the invisibility fading as Willow just dissolves back into the Regal Port crowds?
Nice.